You just gotta love open mic night. Let's go. Hey, what's up, folks? How we doing? Everybody's already here. People will be joining in hopefully. We got Rich, we got Joe, we got Jamie, we got me, and Dylan to my right. So what were we talking about, guys? Keep it going. Let's go.
Okay, so topic one. I know we all heard rumors of Brandon Ayuk being trade or maybe being traded.
Hold on. Let's save that for if John pops in.
Oh, okay. So
I got
give
one.
him-
I got one for you. If Dylan doesn't have another one, I got one for everybody.
the Chicago White Sox are really, really good at losing games. They've lost coming into tonight. The White Sox have lost 21 consecutive games. 21.
Mm-hmm.
How do you lose 21 consecutive ball games?
Yeah, they had a question on one of the TV, one of the games I watched last night. What's more difficult, losing 21 games in a row or winning 21 games in a row?
I would say losing because by accident you're going to win some.
Right. Okay. I mean, it's bad. Now I'm a Mets fan, and
they been
my team
So,
has the
have they
what's
been
that?
getting beat though, or just like, or they've been just getting beat like 6-5, 4-1, 4-3? What are like? Are they getting beat 12-1, 12-6? I mean,
Well,
have
I've
any
seen a
of
few
that
games
covered?
because I've made some good money betting against them. So it seems like they're in every game until about the sixth, seventh inning. Like they're winning or losing by a run, and then all of a sudden, the seventh and eighth inning, a team scores like 5 or 6, and then just knocks it completely out of range. So it's like they're in the game for 2/3 of it, and then there's just one bad inning where that everything seems to go awry. From what I've seen,
I have the score. I have the scores from all the games right here. Starting with last night and going backwards 5-1, 13-7, 6-2, 10-2, 10-3, 4-3, 8-5, 6-3, 6-3, 10-0, 2-1, 10-2, 3-2, 4-3, 4-1, 6-1, 7-1, 9-4, 6-2, 4-1, 3-2.
so again, I'd say they're in a majority of them until a certain point, and then it just implodes every game, it seems like. Some of them, obviously not. Some of them, they only ended up losing by 1 there. But that's, what I've seen from them. And especially it's gotten worse since the fire sale.
Could they go 0 for the second half? They have yet to win since the All-Star break.
I don't know. But I'm going to say I'm a Mets fan. And, of course, my team has the distinction of being the worst, having the worst season record of all time. I will gladly give it up to this team. And right now, it's looking like that's going to happen.
By the way, the White Sox don't even get a top pick because Chicago's a big medium market. So the best Chicago could do is the 10th pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So here, this leads into actually what my question was. So which would you rather be right this second? And you got to be one. Would you rather be a White Sox fan or an A's fan?
Ooh.
I think I'd rather be a White Sox fan because I know we're playing next year.
Yeah, Oakland, they're moving out.
I was going to say the same thing. I'd rather be a White Sox fan because they're not going anywhere, and they'll be there, and eventually, they'll hopefully for them bounce back from this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Vegas A's fan, or the Coliseum, the Oakland fan base? Which base are we?
They're already moving to Sacramento for the next 3 years, and they're going to go to Vegas in 228.
Now down to triple, or I don't even know, AA stadium, which would be
it's a AAA ballpark,
which would be sold out now if it was correct. Crowd.
Sacramento. It's a West Sacramento AAA ballpark.
The crowds Oakland is drawing wouldn't sell out high school stadiums.
Yeah.
Promise. The high school right down the street that my girls went to, I promise you they've got more than 3,500 seats. And that's what Oakland's averaging this season, 3,500.
Wow.
There's college baseball games drawing, community college games that are drawing 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, here's one other thing you look at. The Oakland Coliseum is actually a great pitcher's ballpark. There's so much foul ground. Adam, I think with your fastball, I think you could get a couple outs in that stadium.
Well, the thing you got to look at with these White Sox, if they're not going to win one tonight or tomorrow, it could be a hot minute because they got the Cubs on Friday and Saturday, 3 with the Yankees, 3 with Houston, 3 with the Giants, 4 with Detroit, 3 with Texas, 3 with the Mets. That's how they end the month. Then they go Boston, Baltimore, Cleveland.
I think they're going to win one of these.
I think
this can get up to like 40.
Detroit would be their best bet.
I think they win one of these next 2 games. I think they play tonight and tomorrow. I think they'll win one of those games.
Baltimore lost to the Blue Jays 5-1.
I think they beat the Cubs this weekend.
I think the White Sox sweep the Cubs.
I don't know.
It's only a 2-game series, but still, man, you'd have Cub fans jumping right in the middle of the A train.
Wait, that happens. The Cubs aren't playing Sunday?
No, they start their series with it's weird. They start their they have Friday, Saturday, Chicago. They're off on Sunday. Then they play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday against the Yankees. I know it sounds weird.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
They're off on Sunday.
Oh shit! Sit down. Sit.
But
by the way, the White Sox also didn't get any prospects between Gary Crochet and Luis Robert, though.
It's because Crochet was being such a putz about being traded.
Well,
right.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Look, dude. If you want to stay here and lose 160 games, that's great. Fire away. But
it's awful. It's awful. These White Sox are bad. They should have just revamped and got whatever they could.
I think they tried, but they legitimately have 3 good players on this team. You just mentioned one of them, Garrett Crochet. Luis Robert is a fantastic ball player. He would start for any team in Major League Baseball right now, even the Yankees.
It's because they were selling for prospects.
Well, but also Andrew Vaughn, who is a really good ball player. Mm-hmm. But, they still have 3 guys that are pretty good or really good ball players. So they didn't really want to get – I get that they didn't want to get mugged in the trades. But now they're going to end up losing some of these guys for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of prospects for some of the other guys, though.
By the way, Andrew Vaughn this year has got a 91 OPS plus, so he's below league average offensively. 683 slugging percentage.
Sounds about right. That's because they've got him hitting behind rope. That's because they got him hitting behind Robert, and there is nobody. I think Nicky Lopez is hitting behind him.
Oh gosh!
You could put a high school kid behind him and hit better than Nicky Lopez.
By the way, Luis Robert has got a 95 OPS plus this year.
Well, the big thing here's what I'd like to see, and I know it wouldn't happen. Mainly because I think the big club would get embarrassed on this. I would love to see the White Sox AAA team play this team they got at U.S. Cellular right now.
Yeah, I don't see it getting better. Like, what was it? The Tigers a few years ago that took a run at the Mets record, and ended up coming just a couple of games short, just because they kind of got better as the season went along. This team is getting worse as the season goes along, so I certainly don't see them pulling this off. I think we're going to see the new losing record this year. And it could be based on what you're saying there as far as your schedule or their schedule coming up. They're not going to win many of those games. And I don't think they're going to pull any surprises on these teams. So I think not only do they break this record, they might smash it. Because, again, they're getting worse as the season goes along, not better.
I think they win the Detroit series.
Oh.
Might depend on if Skubal pitches.
There's something about there's just something about the interdivision games that gets teams riled up.
Right.
I'm
Or
just
the
looking
city
at this
rivalry.
roster. I'm just looking at this White Sox roster. I mean, their pitching staff, outside of Crochet and Chad Kuhl, because Adam and I know a lot about him when he pitched for Pittsburgh.
Chad Kuhl.
Ain't nobody anybody's ever heard of on that pitching staff.
No.
None. Justin Anderson, John Breeby. It's kind of like the beginning of Major League. It is like Willie Hayes. Who are these guys? These guys suck. Who are these guys? Yeah, that's what you think of when you look at this roster.
I can't believe
Yeah,
I
how
know.
many games do they have left? I'm just trying to look it up now.
The White Sox?
But, yeah.
48.
The White Sox have played. They've played 105, so they've got 57 left.
Or 115 they've played. So
47.
115. I'm sorry, my math is bad. I'm sorry.
47 games left. I honestly think they maybe win, 15 of them if they're lucky. So they have 88 losses now. So add 27 more. Or no, I think my math is off right now. 47, and maybe they win. They go 17-30. So add 30.
118.
44.
That would only get them to 118. So I think they're lucky if they win 15 of those games.
Yeah, I was going to say 10.
Yeah. So they maybe won't smash the record, but I'd be shocked if they don't break it.
Well, there isn't a whole lot of room to smash it. Yeah, I mean, I think if they win 10 the rest of the way, that puts them at 37 and 125.
Okay.
And there you go. Even
like
worse than what the A's were a few years ago, worse than the Tigers were a few years ago. And you hate to see it for any team. I'm sorry, you hate to see it for any team. But
I don't know. I kind of like watching the Browns go 0-16.
Or the Lions.
I'm baseball.
I think a lot of people liked watching that though. The Browns fans celebrated going 0-16 so that they could draft Baker Mayfield the next year.
How'd that work out for him?
We'll be here in about 5 to 10 minutes, guys.
Now going back to that.
He did win one playoff game for them, though. He got him what he wanted, and then after that, he left. So it didn't work out in the big picture, but it worked out short term.
Against your Steelers, Adam.
What's that?
Baker Mayfield's 1-0 in the playoffs against your Steelers.
Well, let me tell you, Mike Tomlin's 8-9 in the playoffs, so he sucks.
Now, if we talk about the White Sox one more time, has anybody ever seen a team?
Tomlin. I love it.
Has anybody seen a team win or lose more than 21 in a row? I haven't. I've seen the Orioles lose 21 in a row. I think there was another team that did. I don't think watching baseball, I've never seen anybody lose more than that in a row.
They're almost there.
the Mud Dogs on what you would call it, on the Water Boy lost 40 in a row, but that was just a movie.
Yeah, this is the third longest regular season streak in Major League history. The '88 Orioles,
Okay.
and then the '61 Phillies lost 23 in a row.
Okay.
So and then the next closest is the '69 Expos, and the '43 A's lost 20 in a row.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
one's
the most I've seen.
That's pretty much the most any of us would have seen.
The 40,
Okay.
the
Man, Jeremy
43
Page,
A's. That was before the Heidi Ho Man single came out.
You have an update over there. We're looking up on the right hand of the screen there, buddy. Jeremy Pena, what'd he do?
Baseball drove in a run. Rangers are down. Astros are up 2-0.
I love
top of the sixth.
I got a Corey Seager jersey, guys. I was excited. Championship jersey. I got both of them, Dodgers and Rangers.
You are a collector.
One of my girl.
You know that. You are certainly a collector.
And then I got the Paul Skeens All-Star jersey. So yeah, that's it. You guys got any good jerseys?
I don't.
I have a Josh Allen jersey upstairs.
A what?
A Josh Allen jersey. And I have I did have a Diggs jersey too, but not anymore. I still have that, but I don't wear it. My dad's got a Trey White jersey.
That's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. I was like, something's missing on Joe's screen tonight.
Yeah, the Mets skeleton.
Somebody must have moved it. I didn't even notice it was missing. Well, I'll get it back for our Mets, Subway conversation chat tomorrow. But I didn't even notice that until you said it. It's right over here next to me.
Like, where's the Mets jersey? And there was none.
Right. And I almost made a comment just like the Mets jersey over here. That's what I had, and it's missing. It's like 2 feet away. Somebody must have moved it looking for something over here. So, yeah, it'll be back in time for the Subway conversation chat tomorrow.
Jason.
Jimmy.
Hey, Jason, do you like Jack Flaherty now?
I've always liked Jack Flaherty. I don't know why you're inferring now. I've always thought Flaherty was a good pitcher. But yes, I do, Dylan.
You only like him because he pitched against the A's in a ballpark you could pitch complete games in.
Okay, you got me on that one, Dylan. And the full annals of
complete games, Jay. I got people might foul out in that big territory.
Dylan, it's not just the ballpark. The city's crappy too.
So, yeah, funny story about that, guys. My wife and I went with our family this past weekend up to Oakland.
I was curious to hear this story. I really was. I saw it on Facebook, and I was like, what is it?
Yeah, okay. So here, I'm going to try and make a long story short. So here's what happened. My wife got tickets and parking for the game over a week ago. So we drive up there Saturday afternoon. We get there shortly after first pitch, after we had been in traffic for about an hour and 40 minutes. And what happened was the Oakland Coliseum event crew had scheduled 2 monster truck events on the same night that the A's were playing the Dodgers and on a Friday night fireworks night, no less. So when we finally get out of thick traffic and we pull up there, members of the Oakland Police Department had already blocked off one of the entrances to the parking lots because they were completely full. What happened was, because of the overbooking, they had sold our parking that we paid for to people who were attending the monster truck events. And it not only was just us guys, it was a whole bunch of other fans as well. So the fans who had their parking spots sold to the monster truck attendees either ended up parking across the street and walked across the bridge to get to the stadium, or they ended up doing what we did. We left. So at the end of the day, what happened was we never got to the game to watch Shohei join the 30-30 club for a game that we paid handsomely for. We never ended up parking. I said, F this shit. And we just finally got back on the freeway and went back to our hotel. We were pissed off as high hell. I doubt we're going to get a refund for either the parking or the tickets, because that's not how this situation works. But we're not going to prevent that from stopping us from trying. So need I say more? It was a shitty weekend all the way around.
Wow. How far are you from Oakland?
Joe, only about 3.5 hours from Oakland.
Okay.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
See, that's
Why
a
would
Texas
Monster
statement
Jam be
right
dumb
there.
enough to go to Oakland?
Well, I was dumb enough to go to Oakland, Jamie.
Not you, Jason. I said, why would Monster Jam be dumb enough to do a show there?
Well, apparently what happened, Jamie, what we were told is that so the Oakland Coliseum, as you guys know, is owned primarily by the city, and they have their own event planning group that plans not just the scheduling there for the games, but other events as well, not just monster truck events, but rock concerts and other stuff. And apparently they just didn't cross their T's and dot their I's when they were scheduling both of those events for this game on that night. And
So, did the monster trucks go off in the parking lot?
so what happened was, Adam, they had the monster truck events in the arena where the Warriors used to play basketball. And because that arena shares a parking spot or parking area with the Coliseum there, what happened was the A's fans that showed up there took up more than half of the parking. And then the rest of the parking was sold off to the attendees of the monster truck event. So unfortunately, we were some of the many fans who had purchased parking in those areas that were already double booked and already sold. So we weren't the only ones who were affected by that.
Gosh.
The
John,
sad thing
welcome.
is probably in Oakland, monster truck is probably more popular than A's baseball right now.
Right.
I don't doubt it. Based on what I saw on Saturday, you're absolutely right on that one, Joe.
John, welcome to the party.
What's going on, guys?
Dylan had a question for you. Dylan had a question for you right out of the gate.
What's going on?
The way you got here.
Okay, so everybody, we know Brandon Ayuk seemingly the rumor's been out for the 24 hours or so that Brandon Ayuk is on the chopping block, and maybe Cleveland, maybe New England, maybe Pittsburgh, maybe Washington. For everybody, does Brandon Ayuk be traded, and then afterward be, if he's traded, where?
I don't think he should go anywhere right now. I don't. I think
anybody. I wouldn't trade him either because I don't know who's gonna want to pick up a wide receiver that's got a $23 million contract. I mean, I don't think anybody would take that.
I don't. Janet, let me finish my little statement here, my little rant. Anyway, I don't think they should trade him just because of the injuries, and seems like some of these running backs are getting hurt now. I think 3 went down in practice over the past week. I think they'd be dumb to trade him to get rid of that weapon. I mean, it's not like I don't know what Cleveland was giving up. I'm not sure what the Patriots have to give up, and the Commanders.
I think you're giving up too much for a player with that contract, though.
John.
Well, it's real simple. It's going to be New England. It's going to be New England. Pittsburgh's already out. They already rejected them. It's not going to be Cleveland. It's going to be New England.
Pittsburgh jumped back in.
You think New England would? He's an amazing receiver job, but I just think
Drake, so Drake May. So you got to go back though. For those of you that follow New England, again, being up here, I'm sure a lot of you, just because I live here doesn't mean you guys don't follow it either. So New England has notoriously been looked at as being cheap and not wanting to just dip their toe, but not jumping into the entire pool, right? Passed on a lot of people. I think Randy Moss was the last wide receiver that came here, made a lot of money. Decently wise on a contract year over year. That was the bugaboo, I think, with Kraft, obviously Belichick having final say. Now with Mayo, Jonathan Kraft having more of a say now, wanting to actually, kind of wanting to get that monkey off the back of the franchise. I think what we're looking at here is Drake May sucks. If you're watching him in camp, he's not what I think they thought he was. And when I say that, I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. Okay,
Milton seems to be the guy.
The Pats should have taken McCarthy. He was on the board, but they took Drake May, and as be it, whatever they have, you get what you get, and don't get upset. watching him in practice, they talk about all the time here on local radio. He's not what they thought they would be. And against the hope with reps, he gets better. I think you need someone like Ayuk, who worked with a rookie quarterback in Brock Purdy, knows how to adjust on the fly, on routes. Is the guy willing to come inside between the hashes, not just doing an outside kind of things, running gun kind of things. And also, too, I think this is Jonathan Kraft's time to kind of sign a guy to a long extension, somebody that Drake May can kind of make him his Wooby like he was for Brock Purdy. Yeah, I think this is one of those big signings where it's Gerard Mayo's first big signing. It's the franchise's big signing since Brady left, with Robert Kraft kind of stepping away a little bit. I think it's a done deal. And plus, the Pats have a lot of collateral to give up. I guess Bourne's coming back, which I don't know why you would send fry pan hands back to San Francisco, but I guess if you want to take them back, we get them back. So, and they have, cash considerations, draft picks, things like that. Obviously, not going to finish too high in the standings, so it should be a decent pick. I still think a first rounder should be given for someone like Ayuk. A lot of people in San Francisco are saying we need him to win a championship. Well, last time I checked, he was on the last 2 times we win the Super Bowl, and we didn't win one. So clearly, we don't need him. So maybe we win it without him. But I think New England has the most to gain by getting someone like that who's already worked with the rookie quarterback, can work on the fly, like I said. So I think a lot of the other teams don't want to give up what San Francisco is looking for as far as collateral at the end of the day. I know we're hearing the reports. We see some things, but nothing concrete has come out what they are looking for. And I think the Pats have what the Niners want. Obviously, Bourne coming back, he knows the system. He's obviously going to be some guy that's a third string coming off the bench in a second or third down kind of situation. But yeah, I think New England's going to be the spot, no matter what you heard. No matter what you're hearing, I think they need that receiver. They need to make that splash, and I think it kind of puts the fan base at ease of having a name, something to get excited about, and get butts in the seats. Because I'll tell you right now, the past 2 years, a lot of people, that season ticket list is getting a lot shorter. Bring someone like this in, may electrifies with him a little bit. They win 2, 3, 4 games in a row. He's the centerpiece of it. People get excited again here in New England, and I think it's a done deal.
Evan's going to be Evan said he was fixing his camera, so we'll hear Rich, you just said something in the private chat. Maybe Evan will have some juice behind that, or Rich, you said something in the back. Jeez. Yeah, sorry, I've been looking at freaking cars all day. I'm a little bit annoyed. I learned my credit sucks today.
From what I've seen, Cooper, if Cleveland gets rid of Cooper in the trade, then that definitely is the smartest move they can make, because then they dump that huge contract of Cooper. Yes, they're going to have a bigger contract with Ayuk, but at least they're not looking at 2 monster contracts, along with the guy who is, the guy that wears 4 and has seen like 4 minutes of time on the field in the last 2 years. But, I still think it's Pittsburgh. I've seen that Pittsburgh's back in the hunt on this thing. Maybe they spiced it up a little bit. But, John, I still can't see giving a first round for a rental. There's got to be some sort of contingency. If I'm giving up a 1, that he's going to be there more than just this year.
New England's going to sign him into an extension. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not going to be, they're not taking on a rental. They're going to break him in, give him the whole deal, give him the spiel about Drake May, all this other stuff, building around him. Gerard Mayo, player's coach, talking to him, having him drink the New England Kool-Aid, the Gerard Mayo edition, letting him know we're building an offense around you. This is going to be about you. You don't have the Deebo Samuel shadow above you anymore. You don't have this and that. We're going to build around you. You're going to build it here. We're going to build these guys around you. But you need to sign an extension to be here if we're going to do this. And BA is obviously all about the bag. He's been about it since when Deebo got paid, when other guys around the league got paid. He's looking for the money. I honestly think, you want to go to New England, if money's not more important to you as going away from a championship, that's fine. But Ayuk is definitely about getting paid, so I think he'll get that in New England with a multi-year deal, and that's what I think is going to trigger a first-round pick from New England.
What I think is going to happen, I think it's going to be a mid-round, like a third-round pick. I don't think there'll be much. Maybe 2 3s. But I don't think it'll be much, because you have to pay the double barrel cost, not just of getting Ayuk, but then giving him a deal. I mean, Kansas City only got back a 3 and a 7 for trading the Jarius Sneed to the Titans. And I think Sneed could be, and Sneed's a really good corner. I don't think he's Kansas City's best, but he's a really good corner.
New England already offered a second with no extension, so who's to say that he can't get a first round with an extension to a sign and trade?
Yeah.
What are you hearing out of Cleveland? Trade?
So first, can you hear me? This is a new mic.
Yep.
Sounds good, man.
Thank you. So welcome to be here. Sorry about the background. I just moved in, so things are still a mess. But from what I'm hearing from some sources and friends, reached out to some friends in California. This is actually legit. The news that's being reported out here as far as Cleveland is speculation that it could be Cooper, it could be Wyatt Teller, and a mid-round pick, or it could be 2 mid-round picks and a rookie or 2. With the injuries that we've had in camp, it's kind of made it a little difficult depending on who they can move. But the 2 players that are being talked about right now are Amari Cooper and Wyatt Teller.
Former Bill there, Wyatt Teller.
Yeah. So, me personally, I hate to say it, I would rather give up Cooper, even though I feel like having all 4 of them, including Elijah Moore, would be great. But we've had a lot of issues lately with Wyatt Teller and Joe Bitonio. Joe Bitonio having issues as far as his back spasms, back injuries later in his career. Wyatt Teller hasn't done as well, but some can say that's because Jack Conklin's been hurt. They can also say that's because you have a rookie in DeJuan Jones, who was phenomenal last year. So there are a couple things that are going on. The question so far with major media is, does he want the big bag from New England, or does he want to come to Cleveland where he can get a Deshaun Watson type deal where it'll be shorter and it might not be as much money, but it would be fully guaranteed?
By the way, how can the Browns get Brian Ayuk, because they're $83 million over the cap next year?
That is incorrect. We have restructured everybody that has been here, and the number one thing that we do that a lot of other teams aren't doing when it comes to restructuring their contracts is turning them into signing bonuses, which the owner can pay in cash. And since Jimmy Haslam has that money, which a new rendering is coming out sometime this week of the new stadium that will be built in Brook Park, that's how they're paying these guys. That was the reason that they were able to restructure a deal with Nick Chubb and also at the same time do the deal that they did with Deshaun Watson.
Good to know.
I don't know. John's got me convinced now. I was reading about all the potential places for this guy, and I thought New England was at the bottom of the list. But I don't know. After hearing what you have to say, you got me convinced now. It wouldn't be a bad move for the Patriots to do. Whether it happens or not, still don't know. But certainly they can make a push. Again, you convinced me. Maybe
as
that's
much
not
as
a bad situation after all.
Thank you. But as much as BA wants the bag and wants the money, long term or short term, I think New England needs this more than he does. Like I said, I'm not going to rehash everything I just said, but I think it's something that they need. They need a big signing. They need to show that they're invested in the future. New head coach, new ownership, meaning Jonathan Kraft moving more into the owner's role, into that seat instead of being at the right hand of his dad, moving into the owner's role. I think it's something they need for keep selling season tickets, keep the people around here in New England. I'll tell you right now, running a sports bar, people are over it. They're done. Last year I had a restaurant trying to run Sunday specials. No one came out. The first 3-4 games people came out, and that was it. They was dead at my bar. No hyperbole, no exaggeration. No one wanted it. You get someone like this, new blood. Drake May gets involved. They click. things get hot, things are great. I think in New England around here, people get excited again, and it's more of in the future. And also, too, you want to bring more people in, during the season or even maybe next year. You have Drake May, who's getting better. You have a Brandon Ayuk long term. Now you can bring someone else in, maybe a veteran, something like that, to come in and be to start building around these two guys.
Do we even know Drake May's good? Because, it seems like Joe Milton's the rookie quarterback who's shining in Foxborough.
Drake May is not that great. It's been, again, I'm here. I live here, so I listen to their radio even if I don't want to. Out of training camp, a lot of analysts up here, a lot of people that report for New England are not sold on him, upset that he was taken where he was taken. I'll get a test. I said take McCarthy, but they're not impressed. And now they've gone to the reset mode, which a lot of teams do when they take a high quarterback and he's not what they want. He'll get better with reps in the league in real time, which means we're looking at 2 to 3 years for this guy. If he's gonna match rate to something good, and he's gonna mature into that quarterback. If you're QB1, it's gonna take 2 to 3 seasons, and that means it's gonna be kind of shitty around here. Even more so a reason to get someone like Ayuk, who's worked with a rookie quarterback in San Francisco. Granted, Purdy's already was better than Maine coming out the gate. I'm not comparing the two, but I am going to say that Drake May could get better with having the right pieces around him, including a BA and getting veterans and that kind of thing, building around him to make him better.
Okay, so you kind of led into my question, Dylan, but I have some major questions there, and I'm going to start it off with a reference to the Browns. Hall of Famer Joe Thomas was replaced by Jedrick Wills, and while a lot of people talk about the fact that Jedrick Wills has been a turnstile, a door at an old country western bar, he also hasn't been that bad, if we're being honest about it, compared to some of the guys who have top numbers. Now, is the effort there? Absolutely not, but that's a discussion for another day. But the reason I bring that up is, who have you had that was of any value, that was a team pick or a free agent that New England could have got until you got Drake May? And if he had came out, if I'm not mistaken, was he a senior this year?
No.
He was a junior.
He was a junior.
Red shirt?
Junior.
Yeah. Originally, he was a red shirt, Evan, but yeah, he came out and declared as a junior.
Okay, so so then I am correct in saying that last year he was considered one of the better guys, but he wanted to stay to try and increase his draft range. But the question that I have is that did we not learn from Baker Mayfield? Did we not learn from all these other franchises who go get a star receiver when they don't know what they have with their quarterback? So you're looking at a guy who's coming in who's of any value that has to replace Tom Brady, and now we're going to go and get the number one receiver on the market who honestly doesn't deserve Justin Jefferson type money, which is what you would have to pay for him. And you have other holes, and you're going to give up picks and maybe a player to get him.
Could New England's problem have been not necessarily taking May, but just New England's never done offense other than 1 year when New England got Randy Moss and Wes Welker. It's always been like defense and conservative. Like Drake May would have made more sense in New York with Brian Dane with a great offensive mind, or more importantly, Kevin O'Connell, particularly with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson. Who's New England's best wide receiver right now? Jalen Polk, the rookie from Wazoo?
But that's exactly what I'm trying to say. You're literally, that's the point that I've been trying to make, that New England needs this more than BA does. BA can go somewhere, get money. He's a great player. I've watched him firsthand for a long time, for the first 4 years of his contract. He's great. But I think New England needs this more because they need, again, for the fans, for the base, showing that they're invested in the future. You hit the nail on the head, making the point. Belichick has been very looking for what you just said. I apologize.
Defensive oriented.
Yeah, defensive oriented, very like to the chest. We're not paying a lot of money. Randy Moss, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, if someone knows. Randy Moss, I think, is the last wide receiver to come in here and get a lot of money guaranteed per year. I think he was the last one. I know there's a couple others that were close, but I think Randy was the last one where he really bought in and figures he's the one who didn't win a championship. Go figure. But like I said, at the end of the day, when I see all the suitors, there's a lot of other people even from Cleveland, Pittsburgh. They have a lot to offer. But at the end of the day, New England will pay and give what they need. Again, with the caveat that he does resign, that he does give us an extension, because I will agree, giving up a lot of stuff for a rental is not in the cards. But with someone like Gerard Mayo, talking to this guy, first-year coach, listen, let's do this together. Let's get on this train. Let's ride it. Let's do this. I think it's, like I said, it's a perfect marriage, more so for the Pats. But if they are going to be successful, BA could be the person they build around, and you're going to see more of that down the road, whether it be mid-season or in sometime next year.
Before we continue anything, I'm sorry. I got to ask.
All right, go ahead.
As a New England fan, as someone who lives in the area, you've had the greatest quarterback of all time for the – go ahead.
I'm not a New England fan.
Okay, well, living in the area.
Just so you know, okay.
Living in the area, you've been in the area where they've had the greatest quarterback for the last 20 years, right?
Correct.
I was just going to say, John is a San Francisco fan.
That's even worse. Anyway, you've had a quarterback.
Not as bad as a Cowboy fan, though.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Remember, it's a rating, not a logo, guys. Come on, keep going.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying.
So you have the greatest quarterback of all time for the last 20 years. He goes somewhere else and wins a championship. If you had drafted Caleb Williams or Jalen Daniels, would they have been any happier? And then on top of that, do you really want to bring in a diva receiver to a new head coach?
So he is a diva receiver?
I don't want to do that.
He's definitely a diva. Let we can go down the list. He shows up to camp wearing a Steelers shirt. He came on not all the smoke. He came on the Pivot podcast. Shout out to those guys. I met them, really nice. But anyway, comes on their podcast and talks about how he wants to go to the Commanders. And then a report comes out the day after the podcast airs that he never had any interest in playing with the Commanders. And that's coming from his camp. And there's been reported issues with him in San Francisco before this past season and his success. So do you really want to bring in a diva receiver to a new culture and to a rookie quarterback that you don't believe in, that you don't know if you have anything around? And in the last part, you said you want to build around a receiver. Where is that worked at? The Raiders, they look great. The Patriots looked great with Randy Moss, but it didn't pay off. So you made the comment of that you guys really need it. And I want to ask, is that true? So,
okay, I'm not being semantic. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not you guys. I'm talking for the fan base. I'm not a New England Patriots fan. I'm not talking from we can say you guys and I need to bring it. I'm not talking as me personally what I want to see. I'm talking what I know from people who are Patriots fans that I work with, that I see on a regular basis, day in, day out, what they want. And they want this franchise to show them that they're invested in the future. They don't have that. They haven't had it since Bill Belichick has been here for a long, long time. Taking linemen with good picks, taking kickers, taking punters. They're sick of it. So I can tell you, as someone on the outside looking in, that they bitch to me about it. Yes, if it is a diva receiver, if this receiver is going to come here and buy into the Gerard Mayo new style of football here with a new owner who's willing to spend money and put money into this team on the offensive side instead of punters and kickers and long snappers, absolutely it's a move you make. Why would you not? These guys have a franchise to think about. The Niners,
you have a
they have
franchise.
plenty of things going on their own. They get rid of BA, they're going to be perfectly fine. New England, Drake's going to need someone who's seasoned. Diva or not, the guy can play. Okay? He can show up in any kind of shirt he wants. He's young, he's somewhat stupid, and listening to the wrong people on how to get a contract done. He saw what Debo did on Instagram. He saw what he did on Facebook. He saw the little TikToks he made and thought that was going to work for him. And it didn't because he's not Debo Samuel. That's the problem. He listened to the wrong people in his life. So maybe he does need to go somewhere like New England, learn a little bit more, shut up, be humble, learn from someone like Gerard Mayo, who's a player who's done it in New England, won championships, and maybe that's what he needs. Maybe Shanahan isn't the guy to get in his ear and convince him he needs that so he knows what to do. Maybe he does need a change of pace, a change of environment.
And
So
I
I put
agree with
back on that to say because he's a diva, he's wearing cute little shirts, talking about where he wants to go, because he doesn't know what the hell he wants, what he should say, what he should do. All he wants is he's trying to get a big contract like Debo got. He sees all the other guys getting. So maybe he needs to get a new agent, get some new friends, and get some new circles. But New England needs someone like him for a rookie quarterback who sucks right now, who's throwing ducks every other pass. So that's
John,
why I
this-
do know live around here because I see it on
But a
TV.
receiver
I
doesn't
hear it
fix
on the
that.
radio. So I'm just saying, as someone who listens to fans, who listens to this fan base, yes, that is something they want to do. They want that here because they want someone young and invested in the future to bring in veterans. And when I say bring in veterans, I'm not saying bringing in guys who are out here that have won championships. Someone who out here who's looking for some kind of like structure where it's not Belichick telling you, do your job. But it's someone that's out here who's trying here to help you and educate you and nurture you to be a team player and to work as one to win a championship.
That sounds great if you know what Gerard Mayo's bringing you. He's never been a head coach, and you're talking about a receiver that's going to be costing $35 to $40 million a year, and you already are saying you want to for a quarterback that's throwing ducks. He ain't throwing the ball to himself. If you guys want to, and I say you guys to the fan base, not you. If you guys want to see a GM and your head coach show you that you're dedicated, take what you have, it being draft picks, and go in the draft and do something. Yes, you've drafted terribly. Every franchise does. Every single one. But to sit here and say you want to pay $40 million to a receiver who you just admitted doesn't know how to act, for a quarterback who can't throw a clean ball, with an offensive line that's trash, that just doesn't make sense.
John,
And
is this why Milton was the highest added sleeper quarterback this week?
Probably a lot of reasons behind that. So to your point, to what you just said, I think New England's backed themselves into a corner and they have no other choice but to make that kind of chance and to take that kind of chance on someone like BA.
So who runs the franchise? The Kraft family and the head coach, or the fans? Because the fans didn't want Tom Brady either.
Well, when attendance is down 33% over the past 3 years, again, I just told you, they've backed themselves into a corner, rode the Tom Brady train probably 2 years too long, bad drafting year after. And, you know, every franchise does do bad drafting. The Pats did it bad for a long time.
So did the Browns. So did the Dolphins. So did the Bills. Mm-hmm. You're sitting here saying, this fan base is sitting here saying that we're backed into a corner and to the franchise, and now you need to make a trade to impress me. And then it doesn't work, then guess what? You're 10 feet deeper in that corner. So then
you'd have to talk to a Patriots fan as to why they'd want it. But from everyone I talk to, they're willing to take a shot on someone like that to better the team because they're so sick of losing and willing to take a chance. Anything after that, what I just said, you'd have to talk to anyone on here that's a Pats fan and guess for the reasoning behind that. But from what I hear, again, on the radio, talking heads, fans around me that I know that I work with, see on a daily basis, they want to take that chance. The reasoning behind it, why they would do it, you got to talk to someone that's a Pats fan.
It makes total sense. But does Brandon Ayuk really want to come to New England and start all over?
That's how bad he wants the bag.
He's going to start over wherever he goes. There is not a place where he can be traded and get paid where he doesn't have to start over.
Rule regrowth.
What? Okay, look. As a Browns fan, I wish evil upon you guys. But I don't wish this kind of evil on you. You're going to go trade a star receiver when you have two rental quarterbacks. And you haven't been able to keep a quarterback, a star receiver or star player happy since before Le'Veon Bell's contract came up. And you complain a lot about the locker room when it comes to Mike Tomlin. So why would you go get a receiver? And And although I hear the reports in Cleveland, I don't want him here. I haven't seen anything with Deshaun Watson. So why am I going to trade another some picks and a proven receiver to get a guy I'm going to have to guarantee a contract to get?
I totally agree with you, Evan. You're saying it. For me, it's the contract. I mean, he's a great receiver, but he was not worth that type of money. He wasn't worth that type of money to begin with.
Like, if we want to be honest, I can think of maybe 4 receivers that deserve the contract that Justin Jefferson just got. Everybody else, it doesn't make sense, because for them to get a quarterback in New England, whether they draft him or not, whether they sign a free agent or make a trade for a quarterback, they're going to have to pay him big money, right?
That's what I'm saying. Why would any team want to take that? Why would they want to give up picks to take that contract? I don't think any team wants to do that.
Right. You're talking about $35 million, then 40 to 50, maybe even by, let's say Drake May works out, $65 million, and you got a receiver for 35.
Dylan, you got a question?
And you got to fix your defense.
Ooh, we got a comment. I'm trying to see who this is.
Oh yeah, Taco Tuesday. You guys
That's
are
Dylan right there.
inside on the Bucks. Well, Chris Godwin's going to be interesting on the slot this year. I think Jalen McMillan's got a lot of potential. Mike Evans keeps getting better with age.
What about that large contract just dished out to Tristan Wirfs, making him the highest paid offensive lineman in the NFL?
Tom Brady would have given him that contract.
How do you feel about
my question, guys, is part of me thinks the Patriots would have been better off taking MHG. Am I crazy?
Wait, taking who?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
No.
They needed a quarterback. You're not going to take a New England wasn't going to take a wide receiver at that position. They weren't going to take a wide receiver at number 3 when you got to have the quarterback first.
Honestly, to be honest with you, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Tom Brady would struggle with the wide receivers they have. I think the Patriots would have been better. I think the Patriots would have been better off taking the number 3 pick. If they could have moved back, maybe New England would have said, we'll take the best player in this draft. We'll get Marvin Harrison Jr., get our quarterback next year.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is in a good situation. He's got Kyler Murray as his quarterback. That's why the Cardinals took him.
No, but New England should have taken him at 3.
Who was going to throw Marvin Harrison the ball, though? That's the thing.
Jacoby Brissett's okay.
That's the thing. He's a game manager, but he's not a franchise guy.
So my question is this. And I'm going to ask John this, and I'm going to ask you this, Dylan. I'm going to ask you both the same question.
Right.
How good is the offensive line in New England?
Bad.
How good is their defensive line?
Better than the O-line.
Well,
they got some guys out there.
D with Mayo, like they did.
They got Judon, who may or may not be happy. We'll see what happens. But I mean, other
they're
than
going to
that,
play some D. It's their offense that's the question mark.
So that's my point. We know they're going to play at least average defense this coming year because they have a defensive coach. If you didn't want Drake May and you couldn't trade back, the rule is to take the best player available. And yes, the receiver is the best player available, but you don't take a receiver over a quarterback. So the next option would have been Joe Alt out of Notre Dame.
You're only as good as the people around you. It's like any any work, any business, anything in life, same thing with sports. You're only as good as who you surround yourself with. And that's what Evan's trying to say here.
But with an NFL team, you work from the inside out. Your teams that are extremely successful, if you sit there and you really look at them, what's their strongest point? O-line, D-line. And they build themselves out. If you don't have an O-line and a D-line that are worth anything, your linebackers aren't going to perform right. Your DBs aren't going to perform right. Your quarterback's not going to perform right. Your running backs and your receivers aren't going to perform right. Those two lines are the most important parts of any successful team. You can have all the superstars you want. And that's what happened with New England all that time with Brady. John, you and I talked about that before, that Brady was taking pay cuts and not taking big raises to keep those guys in front of him because he knew he wasn't going to get breathed on by the quality of the line. You can have John Alt would have been a great pick. That's actually who I had them taken in my mock draft. But, that's the guy that they probably should have gone after instead of taking the quarterback.
I think I'm 100% confident in saying right now New England should have taken Marvin Harrison Jr. In this draft, you can't pass up the best receiver in the best receiver draft since what, 2020?
2014, I would say.
Sure you can. Who's going to throw it to him?
Yes,
you can have Jerry Rice if you don't have anybody to throw it to him.
Yes, you can. Amon Ross St. Brown is a top 5 receiver after last year. He had 7 guys drafted above him.
Mm-hmm.
Terrell Owens, Chad Johnson, all had guys drafted above him. And it's a good thing that we're talking about the Cardinals in this instance. They had Anquan Bolden and Larry Fitzgerald. Probably, in my opinion, my generation's greatest wide receiver duo. You didn't see anything out of them until they got Carson Palmer or Kurt Warner, and both of them were way past their prime.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm drafting a receiver with great talent. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely agree there. Great talent. But you can't get him the ball, and you can't protect the guy who's trying to get him the ball.
I mean, I personally, if I'm New England, I would have loaded up on wide receivers and offensive linemen this year, and then next year I go give Dak Prescott the bat.
He's not leaving Dallas.
Probably not, but okay, then I would probably get either Carson Bank, Quinn Hughes, or Shedeur Sanders.
I would and that's what I'm trying to go with the whole argument with New England. Because let's be honest, if they get the number 1 pick next year, you think they passing up on Quinn Ewers if he wins the championship and has a good year?
Okay, first off, Quinn Ewers is not winning the national title at Texas. I can tell you that right now.
I agree.
He's not winning the national
I agree,
title.
but for the sake of the argument, if he wins the championship, do you think the Patriots aren't taking him at 1?
They probably would, but Evan, I can promise, and I realize you may be using Quinn Ewers as the example.
I am.
Quinn Ewers is going to get exposed in the SEC.
I think Quinn Hughes
is going to get straight exposed.
I think Quinn Hughes is going to be a top 10 pick this year, maybe top 5.
And whoever takes him is going to be the dumbest team on the planet because I've watched him play. I'm right here. I'm at Baylor. I've watched him play. I've watched him play against everybody that he's played against, and even when he was playing in high school, that he just isn't it. That's not the guy. Texas has had the guy before. Quinn Ewers ain't it.
I agree with that statement, and I definitely am using him as the example because I love Shedeur. But his process of getting where he is now, he's not ready for the NFL. He's not.
No.
So if you take those 2 guys off the board, who do you take?
Probably Carson Beck.
I don't trust pro offense quarterbacks in college.
I don't know. Andrew Luck looked pretty good at Stanford.
And he didn't have an offensive line.
a lot of people sleep on him, but what about Dylan Gabriel?
No, Dylan Gabriel.
That's where I wanted to walk this to, because he runs a spread offense, which is what the NFL is transitioning into. It's the easiest thing for rookie quarterbacks to read because it's a zone offense. If you're not running a 12-man or a 13-man formations like Cleveland did with Baker Mayfield, it's the easiest thing to adjust to. He's mobile. He can make things happen. But the question is he going to survive the Big Ten?
You know what? I've got a bold prediction for the Big Ten this year. Oregon beats Ohio State in Austin, in Eugene. Oregon will beat Ohio State, and I'm not sure.
This is Ryan Day's last year.
I mean, we know who the top 4 teams in college football are this year: Ohio State, Georgia, Oregon, and Texas, in that order, or some order.
Take out Ohio State and take out Texas.
Wait. Ohio State's got probably the 2 best running backs in college football, the best defensive line in college football, probably the best wide receiver in college football, top secondary. Oh, yeah, and the Buckeyes schedule this year is cupcake compared to last year. They get Michigan at home. They don't play anybody non-conference.
I'm going to
but what are your thoughts on Will Howard, though?
Will Howard might have to throw the ball 15 times a game.
Trash. Will Howard is trash. Secondly, Ryan Day is the worst. Excuse my language. I hope this don't get us in trouble, Adam. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I mean,
Ryan Day is fucking terrible. He is dog shit bad. He can't recruit and he can't coach. He's fucking terrible.
He can't
Ohio State will. It ain't even about not beating Michigan. We ran the same receiver combination out of 5 different sets 32 times in the second half against Georgia and couldn't win the game. You got your star receiver crushed. Couldn't win the game. You had Justin Fields. Couldn't do shit with it. You let all these good defensive coordinators go away to hire friends. Can't do nothing with it. You can't recruit. You're telling me we went from Will Smith to great interior defensive lineman to the Bosa brothers, Chase Young, and you recruit the highest rated defensive lineman in high school besides Myles Garrett and Jack Sawyer, and you put him at Mike linebacker? Ohio State ain't doing nothing. Texas will
do me a favor.
Yeah.
Do me one favor. Tell me what you really think.
About?
Just about this whole thing. Don't hold anything back, please. No, I'm serious. I love it. It's great.
Look, Ryan Day is fucking trash. Michigan is cheaters. But it really doesn't make a difference. Ryan Day he can't recruit. He just can't. You're telling me the year that Justin Fields has his final year at Ohio State, you have Quinn Ewers, you have Kyle McCord, you have another kid who transferred, and another kid that decommitted. 2 of them were in the same class, and 2 were in the following class after that. Not one of them is on the roster. Why?
Don't forget Joe Burrow transferred too.
Exactly. Under Ryan Day. Because he wanted to start who?
Oh, by the way, breaking news. Shefty tweeted out, after inquiring about Brandon Ayuk's availability, the Patriots have decided not to explore any further trade possibilities with the 49ers regarding their standout wide receiver. Patriots are excited about the young receivers and want to focus on them.
That just means that they asked for too much.
Though it means Brandon Ayuk might be coming to the Steel City.
You know why that won't? You know what? I'm just gonna say it like it is. I ain't even gonna hide it. I hope he does, and I want to watch y'all fail. I'm gonna watch you fail, and I'm gonna come on show Adam every week and laugh.
You gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that now.
Oh,
No. First off,
Jamie, don't ever do that again. Jamie, no.
Sorry.
Evan, I gotta admit, man, I got my tag team partner over there, so steal the guys. But a lot of people are.
That is the thing. They have talked about it, and sorry, San Francisco news. Listening to them, there is actually still a possibility he does come back to San Francisco. It's just
Nick Bosa
they do give him the contract he wants. He is willing to stay in San Francisco.
I was
With
talking
the
to
running backs down right now, I don't think they can afford to lose them.
wait. I don't think they can afford to keep him.
Yeah.
okay. So wait, we have one person saying they can't afford to keep him. We have another person saying they can't afford to lose him. Eventually, the rubber's going to meet the road here. A tough decision is going to have to be made.
He's going to get traded, and it's going to be for dirt cheap, and it's going to go to a team that has draft capital that's willing to do it.
It got so bad the Niners just brought back Matt Breida.
Yeah.
Teammates
Back home, baby. Back home.
already calling for him former teammate. He's gone. There's that. The reason I feel like you can't afford to keep him, you got to pay Brock next year.
Yep.
You just
He's gonna
paid
want
Christian
massive
McCaffrey.
extension.
You got to pay Trent Williams.
You gotta pay him that Brock solid cash.
Well, and
Thank you, Chris Berman Jr.
not just the Brock cash, but think about it, okay? Trevor Lawrence and most recently Jordan Love just reset the market at quarterback with their contract extensions. So you have to figure if the Niners are going to be able to lock up Brock Purdy, they're not going to be able to get him for what? Less than 53 million per year? John, does that sound about right?
At least, yeah. That's
Higher.
that's your floor. That's your floor.
Higher.
Absolutely.
Higher. You're winning the Super Bowl
That's
this
what I'm saying.
year.
That's your floor.
Higher.
That's your floor, and you go
If
from
it's
there.
this year, it's going to be higher.
You're winning the Super Bowl this year. Higher.
No, I think they get him to the Super Bowl.
No,
Purdy's
I'll
gonna-
tell you what. I'll tell you what. San Francisco's not even getting to the playoffs this year.
Dylan, last time you had him go out in the first round. Now that I'm making the playoffs, can you just get a take that just stays level with the Niners?
No, John. I said
Now it's barely wild card. Now it's not making the playoffs.
I
You
said
can say it right now what they're going to do.
Oh,
Who
I
in
said
that
20
division is worth
Honestly, no,
anything?
serious. No.
Besides the Niners.
San Francisco, this, that, and the other, all these other
I
BS.
said San
Dylan,
Francisco.
right now, tonight, give me your take. What are they going to do this year? Playoffs, wild card, divisional, championship, getting their ass kicked by the Chiefs again. What are we doing in 2024, 2025?
Then I think San Francisco misses the playoffs entirely.
Got it. Adam, mark this shit. Mark it down, bookmark it, put it on the show. In another 6 months, we're doing this and they're playing in the playoffs. Please mark this down.
52, we had this conversation.
I will mark that down and save the clip.
Thank you.
They're winning
That's
the
gen-
Super
thank you,
Bowl,
Evan.
guys.
You
They're
know,
winning
my
the Super
thing
Bowl.
is go big
Wow.
or go home. But boy,
That
that's
is a
going
hot
big.
take. This
Dang
just
it.
in. Dylan
Dylan is saying they don't even make the playoffs.
This
Got
just in, open sports night. The San Francisco 49ers will not make the playoffs.
Let's go. Hot take that shit.
That's what.
Damn it, Dylan,
That's
don't
what
you
I
go
say.
anywhere. No, do not go anywhere. There you go. Okay, don't you leave. Don't you leave.
That's why I say my whole thing is go big or go home, and man, that's going big, baby. I'm telling you.
And by the way,
Frisco, not big. Whew.
wow.
by the way,
Adam,
John,
open mic night just exploded, buddy.
here's why-
That's the whole
John,
point. We were gonna try to get this to
I
explain. That was the
know
whole
on
point of it.
page right now, he's got about 50 people watching, and whether they're leaving comments or not right now, but most of them are Niners fans.
Oh,
John, let me explain why the Niners will not make the playoffs this year.
Please do. Give it
There's
to me.
always a Super Bowl hangover with the team that loses the Super Bowl. Philadelphia last year.
Hey, can
The
I make
Niners
this
are
argument for you,
over-
John?
The Niners are an older team. You know, a lot of those San Francisco guys are at the end of the prime, a lot of their prime. Drake Greenlaw's coming off a torn Achilles. Christian McCaffrey's already dealing with a calf injury. Lord knows if Brandon Ayuk will be traded or not. Debo seemingly gets hurt every year. Trent Williams, who knows how long he'll be healthy. And then defensively, Nick Bosa's great. But what if the other team double teams him? There's not another guy for the Niners. You
Yeah,
know,
they double teamed him for the first 6 games last season, and he still ended up with double-digit sacks. So let's go.
And
I love the optimism, and I'm sure a lot of us here do that with teams we don't like. That's so much, I wish I could live in a world of what ifs and how comes and maybes like you do. That's awesome. This team, the Niners are winning double-digit wins this year, and I'm sorry to say it, man. But hey, listen, I'm glad I got you on audio, on video, this clip. They're not making the playoffs. I was betting, I said let's make a wager, but who goes farther? Who's farther, the Jags or the Niners?
Say it again.
Who goes farther, the Jags or the Niners?
I'll play. The Jags will make the playoffs. San Francisco doesn't.
Got it. Adam.
See, now my question.
Evan, get me on that.
I got all this. I got all.
Wait, what are you going to say, Joe? I want to hear what he's going to say. Joe, go ahead.
What does Dylan? First of all, it's not going to happen because I think they go far. But what does Dylan get now for this excellent prediction if it indeed comes true? Right? We got to come up with something. I mean, again, the odds of them missing the playoffs, I think, are astronomical. But
I'll give Dylan whatever he wants. But if he's wrong, what do I get? Let's go. Like, we're going to do one wheel. Let's do it together. Let's go.
You know what? I've got an idea. If the Niners make the Super Bowl, I have to sing.
I think you said playoffs, not Super Bowl. Go watch this back. Watch this back. You said playoffs, not Super Bowl.
Did the 49ers have a theme?
You have to put it off of. You said they're not going to make the playoffs, so the bet has to be the Niners make the playoffs from your stance. If the Niners get in.
I've got an idea. If the Niners lose before the divisional weekend, then nobody wins. But if the Niners don't make the playoffs, you owe me something. But if the Niners play on the divisional weekend, I owe you something.
I think somebody's scared.
Yeah.
Scared,
Or as
baby.
Bone Crusher would say, I ain't never scared.
Because you definitely
This bet is right down the middle. You're saying they're not going to make the playoffs. John's saying they're in. I'm saying they're in. I'm pretty sure this rest of this panel saying they're in with that shitty division there.
I'd be shocked if they miss the playoffs.
I think Dylan, this bet has to be in or out, and that's who wins.
You know what, John? If the Niners make the playoffs, I'll sing the 49ers song.
No, I'd rather listen to the national anthem from the All-Star game. No, don't do that. I don't need that. I don't need it. It's okay.
We are not listening to that.
I think me just taking a victory lap for 5 minutes, whatever show we do after that, will be fine with me, man.
You know what? I've got a better idea.
Listen, I do a wrestling show every week. I make stupid-ass predictions. Rich can attest to that. I make bold predictions. Some come true, some don't. But listen, I appreciate the fact you're saying I can make the playoffs. But, man, Ray Charles see them getting double-digit victories, man. I'm sorry. Like, there's no way. These guys are missing. I'm sorry, bro.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Wait. So then, Stevie Wonder.
Hold on, guys. Jay, you just texted me. You said you got to check out. I know you got to eat dinner. You just got home from work. He is on the West Coast. Go ahead, depart your way. Say how they get you and what you're eating for dinner.
Yeah, first and foremost, you guys can follow me there on X/Twitter at Dodger Jason. Interact with me. Let's chat. Let's have a powwow like tonight. It's been fun listening to all you guys, talking all ball with you guys. I'm glad we all get a chance to come together and talk about things that we love here, which is sports all the way around. Evan, it's been a while. It was good catching up with you again, sir.
Likewise.
And with that being said, until the next open mic night, everyone, again, been a pleasure being on here. You guys take care, and God bless everyone.
All right,
Thanks, Jay.
See you later.
All right, good night, guys.
Are you really betting on the Jaguars?
His favorite team.
I'm betting on Trevor Lawrence positive regression this year.
They got
You can have progression, but y'all not gonna have 3 playoff teams.
They got Mac 5. They got the Jones Express, baby. Mac Jones is in the house, baby. They're looking to go all the way.
Who? Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
Because he's still tipping out fofos after being with New England.
So wait, hey Jamie,
Hey, guys, we got a little history going on here. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Framber Valdez, no hitter against the Rangers, 4-0. Josh Smith at the plate, 1-1 count.
You just jinxed it.
By the way,
Jamie and
I
I
know.
were just saying the no hitter's dead, and there's been like 2 of them since.
By the way, Jamie,
No, but
what's
Josh hit the walk-off homer last night, so.
Paul Skeens would have had one, but they pulled him after 7 innings.
So Jamie, what's happened the first 2 times Josh Allen and Trevor Lawrence got together in the NFL?
Yeah, I know. Trevor Lawrence is 2-0.
John, you know I need to get my wrestling fix out, buddy. SummerSlam.
How'd we do?
Pretty wild, man. It was pretty neat.
You've got me sweating now.
Why? Because we're talking wrestling?
No.
For the no hitter.
By the way,
3-1's the count.
You know you're gonna have to.
by the way,
You're gonna have to like send John some
One,
gifts because the Niners are making the
Swing and a
playoffs.
miss, 3-2.
by the way, John, this was not my boldest prediction of the day.
Oh, boy.
Wait, we're not going to address the fact that you think the Jaguars are going to make
3-2,
it.
2 down.
Hey,
Your boldest
the
prediction
Bears
is the
making the
Niners
Super
aren't
Bowl?
even making the
All
playoffs.
4.
Caleb Williams.
Second walk of the inning for Valdez.
No, I've got a bolder one. The Washington Commanders win the NFC East.
What?
On what planet are you broadcasting from?
What?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Well, that's worse than the Anthony Bennett pick. What are you talking about?
That's Rick James. Or Rick
Get
James.
satellite from
Let me tell you-
Neptune or something.
Let me ask you this,
You're
Dylan.
telling us.
Dylan, is
You're
it by
telling
like
us.
a land? Is it by a land?
Oh! Seager, deep, long, gone.
No!
River Seager
Told
breaks
you
it
he cursed
off.
it. I told you. I told you.
There you go, Adam.
But look, we're not going. I'm not letting it slide. I'm sorry, y'all.
He's not. No, Evan wants the answers at the house.
I need my answers. First off, you think the Jaguars are going to win and make the playoffs as a 3rd seed in their own division?
Second seed.
Who you got finishing 4th and 3rd?
I think the
got
Jags
them
are a
over the
wild card
Colts.
team this year.
So you got them over the Colts.
I actually have the Colts win the division and
Yeah,
the Texans out of the playoffs.
What?
Whoa, what? Wait, hold on a second. Is this thing on? You said-
Huh. I understand it's open mic night, but
Big Fly. Hello.
Houston wins that division as long as CJ Stroud is vertical.
I don't know. I'm not sold on Houston either, to be honest with you. I got the Colts winning that division as well. I'm not sold on Houston.
Wow.
Maybe a playoff team, but they're not going to be as good as
Because we
people
love
think.
Anthony Richardson.
I got Houston
I
and the
got the
Colts
Colts.
1-2.
Yeah, I got the Colts. I got the Colts Houston.
I got Colts, Houston, Jaguars, and the Titans. But I don't have even. Okay, wait. Even if the Jaguars go second in the division, even if they go second in the division, the AFC North is having 3 playoff teams.
No, they're not. The AFC North's not having 3 playoff teams.
Yes, they are.
No,
Second,
they're not.
yes, they are. Yes, because
So wait, Justin Fields and Deshaun Watson are going to the playoffs?
dog, I could play quarterback.
One of the two is, yes.
We're
Just
going
how
to the
Justin
playoffs.
Fields is.
It's going to be Justin Fields and it's going to be Lamar Jackson.
Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, yeah.
No, only 2 teams go to the playoffs in the AFC North. One of them's Lamar, one of them's Joe Burrow. The Steelers will go 8-1. The Browns, will be irrelevant this year.
Stop it.
Still no losing
Stop
record.
it. Stop it.
8-1. What?
Wait. You're telling me that Joe Burrow, who not only has a losing record against us, who has a subpar record in the division alone, is making it with Lamar Jackson
Listen,
over the Browns and the Steelers?
The Bengals win the AFC North and Joe Burrow is
Stop
healthy
it.
this year.
With that
I
blonde
think
hair, of
you
course.
you
anything's
give
possible.
Joe Slim Shady Burrow some damn love, baby. Listen.
I got the Bengals winning that division. too.
Abracadabra.
You mean Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was State Road.
No, it's Joe Slim Shady Burrow.
You see
That's
this?
better.
Do you see this?
Yeah, it
This
looks like
piece of paper. This is Joe Burrow. They got the worst offensive line in the conference.
No,
In the
take that
division.
paper and roll up whatever the hell Dylan's smoking because I don't know what the hell he's on.
I'm trying to give it to
I'm not smoking anything. I'm not smoking or
him. You
drinking.
gotta be.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, right, Jamie?
Yep.
I'm not smoking or drinking anything. I've been.
So okay. So
Dylan
wait,
Evans giving it to you, so you got to
So
be
wait,
able to.
if you
take
got
it.
if you got two coming out of the AFC North, who else is what other AFC teams are making it?
I've got Kansas City and LA and the Chargers coming from the West. Buffalo from
What?
the East.
Wait,
Chargers?
who do you got winning the AFC East?
Buffalo.
The Bills. That makes sense.
That does make sense.
The Jets, listen,
It's just
5
Jets
years
could
in a
have
row,
shot.
but nobody in the AFC East has really gotten any better.
I'll
You
make
could say
that-
the Bills have
No.
gotten worse, but it's still the Bills' division to
I'll-
lose.
the
Yeah, I
Jets
agree
will
with
contend for it. The Dolphins will contend for it, but
No, I'll tell you what's
The
going to
Dolphins-
happen.
it'll probably,
Aaron Rodgers
probably
will-
be Buffalo.
Aaron Rodgers will be hurt by week 3. Again, we all know that.
You mean week 3 of the preseason, right?
Yeah, basically. Aaron Rodgers will be hurt by week 3, and then he'll have to go to another one of those dry routines.
a lineman's going to breathe on Aaron Rodgers. You have to go to another a 4-week journey with some medicinal help.
No. Here's what's going to happen. The Jets go 6-11, 7-10 this year. Everybody gets fired.
Oh, it's Darkness Retreat, where he's going to be on psychedelics by then.
So what you're saying is you're going to have Buffalo, the Dolphins, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Colts.
No, Miami's
The
not in the
Jaguars.
play- No, Miami's not in the playoffs.
I agree with that. Dolphins.
Miami not
So
making
if they
the
don't make
playoffs.
it,
They're-
what's the team?
Wild. I think
They're
Miami-
borderline, but okay.
Wild.
I'll go
Miami's
with
not a
that.
playoff.
They're borderline, but okay.
Miami's got a couple guys coming back from big injuries and a lot of cold weather games late in the year. Miami's not winning in Cleveland.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Have you played outside in the summer?
I'm a Florida boy. It's 157 degrees with 95 billion%
I
humidity.
lived in Ocala, Florida.
That's Vegas.
for 8 years.
Oh, don't even give me that, man.
That cold weather
I'll
stuff. don't
see
mean a
whatever
thing.
you
I don't
got
want to hear
there,
that
Ray.
weather bullshit anymore, dude. That's a myth. It's a myth. Unless you're going to Green Bay.
I'll raise you Central.
Fuck that.
I'll raise you Central Texas for heat, brother.
Hey, guess what?
The cold weather,
Patrick
the
Mahomes
cold weather
playing the
works
cold.
when you're a Bills fan, though.
Well, Evan had a point.
Patrick Mahomes playing the cold.
Well, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the world right now.
Oh, whoa, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh,
Meaning,
No, we're not letting that go. We're not letting that go.
no.
So
Number 4, ain't he?
who's number 4?
That folks
Right, but
number
Dylan,
four
you got to
player in
remember,
the
there's a
league.
Mahomes camp and then there's a Josh Allen camp. Even though Mahomes
He
has
ranked
3
four
Super Bowls,
overall.
Mahomes doesn't hurdle over on top of linebackers like Allen does.
So if the Dolphins don't make it, who you got making the playoffs? It's got to be a third team from another conference.
I've got
Guys,
the
got the
Chiefs
Chargers
and
making it.
Chargers from. Well, let me explain. I've got the Chiefs and Chargers from the AFC West, the Bengals and Ravens from the North, Colts and Jags from the South, and only the Bills from the AFC East.
Good man.
Nah, I think the Dolphins make it.
no,
That's a tough.
not
that's
even
a tough-
close.
Tough sell.
So,
I got the
wait,
Jets.
we get 6 teams on both sides, don't we?
7.
7.
The
7
Jets
teams
will
on
make the
both
playoffs,
sides.
and Adrian Martinez is going to be their starting
3
quarterback.
wild cards.
How
There's 3 wild cards.
So it's 3 wild cards and the
Yep.
division winners.
will the
Right.
Jets make the playoffs with Tyrod Taylor quarterback?
Oh
I don't know.
God!
I got them in. I think they make the playoffs. Bills make the playoffs. I only see Bengals and Ravens. Sorry, guys. Bengals, Ravens from the north. Chiefs,
Don't sleep on the Steelers, though.
Colts
Ugh.
winning the
Hey,
division.
can we wait. I'm sorry that I'm being a show hog.
No, you're good.
Joe Burrow has not been healthy since they made it to the Super Bowl. They lost Tyler Boyd. They don't have an offensive line. They lost DJ Reader. They're about to lose T. Higgins.
What if he is healthy?
What faith?
What if we get a full season of
what
a healthy Joe
justification
Burrow?
does Joe Burrow have?
It's the NFL and crazy things happen. And coaching is a big thing in Cincinnati. They always seem to figure out a way to get things done.
Zach
I don't know.
Taylor.
I might be totally wrong.
AK.
But I
Tom
see-
McVay's protege.
I got the Bengals winning that.
Dylan has me inspired. Dylan has me inspired. I'm feeling it right now. I'm catching
If
it.
this episode goes
I think on the
viral,
AFC, I think
say
this
I'll
is the
be
year
further.
where
Well,
Baltimore
everyone-
rises up and Baltimore comes out of the AFC.
Well,
Okay.
no, last year was Baltimore's
No.
year, and Lamar Jackson pooped his pants on
Right. I'm saying I think this is the year Baltimore rises up, Lamar figures it out, and they come out of the AFC.
Okay. It wouldn't be
It's not
surprised.
gonna make
but-
me pull the
Just
rest
a
of the
prediction.
game.
Just a
Guys,
prediction.
wait.
I just don't see it.
So,
Nothing against the Steelers. Nothing against the Steelers.
wait, hold on. Maybe Dylan has a point here. Maybe the NFL is going to let the Chargers make the playoffs and let the two brothers play against each other.
Well,
They're not going to do that year one.
The Chargers are my sleeper team
They're
now.
absolutely
Harbaugh.
not gonna do that
Too
year one.
coincidental if they got in that quick.
I mean, part of me is almost liking the Chargers to win the AFC West this year because of the coach and quarterback.
Yeah, if they don't give up the game in the last 4 minutes of the game. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I
That
never.
was
I don't
Brandon
think
Brandon
Staley,
quarters.
though. This is
They'll get it.
Harbaugh
With this
now.
coach, that won't happen.
Wait. We started this whole entire viral argument off of a trade of Brandon Ayuk, and now we about to sit here and say that fucking Justin Herbert is making the playoffs. And we just lost his top receiver. Mike Williams is worse than Pete Carroll tried to get
How
you.
many
What are we
games?
talking
How
about?
many games did Hebert go out last year, throw for 595 yards, 6 touchdowns, and blow it in the last 2 minutes? And the Chargers blew it in the last 2 minutes of the
That was
game.
that was Brandon Staley's defense blowing it.
That was
I don't
so-
care. I don't care if it's-
Jonathan Evans,
They
come
couldn't
on,
win
he's
games.
funny.
What are we talking about?
They got
He
Harbaugh now.
Well,
Jim Harbaugh's
he,
the
lo-
freaking
he
man.
lost his receiving back. He lost a tight end. He lost his number one receiver.
Still has Josh Palmer. Still
He
has
was number 2.
Johnson. Got his receiver out of Michigan back with him. Harbaugh knew what he was doing.
You can't even name the dudes the dude just gave.
I'll tell you what, Chargers don't need wide receivers this year. They just need 10 offensive linemen.
Come on. I love all of you for who you are. But this is bullshit. We're sitting here saying
The Chargers might win the.
I'm not
NFC.
saying the Chargers are doing shit, man. I got Baltimore coming out of the AFC, man.
that's another
Which
thing.
is a whole nother angle of
That's bullshit too.
too many
We-
chair shots.
Look,
Too many chair shots, Jay.
Look, Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry finally showed signs of injuries last year. I'm not expecting Nick Chubb to be the great Nick Chubb that everybody wants him to be. Do I think he'll be good? Do I think he'll be good? Yes. But do I think he'll be the Nick Chubb that we're used to? No. Why the hell do we think that because he's in a running system offense that all of a sudden he's going to do good? They went out and got Mark Ingram and did okay, but he was
Don't forget, Evan, you got Jerome Ford who showed
he ain't shit either.
he did well last year.
Yeah, look,
no, he didn't.
Come on, man.
Hey, Justin Herbert won't have to throw the ball 57 times a game. Maybe the Chargers only throw it 25. They'll be
No, because Harbaugh like
That's awesome.
Harvard-
That's a great deal. It's a great way to go.
Herbert's not going to be able to throw as
But
much.
Jay,
They're gonna be
the
running
next
under
important
Harbaugh.
the next important game Lamar wins will be his first.
No,
He's
Dylan, you're
not
right.
going to
You're
get
right
to
about
that.
though. Like that makes a difference. Where if you have more of a running type of coach, it means your quarterback doesn't have to be a crash dummy. If you're
What
running more a
offensive line
his
do
body.
the Chargers have?
better than
A
yours.
running back that is proven they have.
Austin
Not
Eckler.
very much.
He's in Austin Eckler's in,
He's in Washington.
Oh right, I forgot.
Hey, Dobbins, they drafted a running back rookie.
Hebert does do well on the run under pressure. He really does, though. No word of a lie. He does do a
That's
good
why
job.
the Bills changed their offense.
I'm not saying that's why they're going to go like all the way to the Super Bowl, man. But I'm just saying, like he understands what he has. He's always ready to run and gun and go and throwing on the run. He knows his line ain't that great. He has some shit there, and so he knows he's always prepared. 3 steps, shit. 1, 2, nope. I'm running. Fuck it. I'll see what I can do.
He's not going to have to do that much now as John because Harbaugh's a ground and pound type of coach. So it's going to prevent Herbert from being a crash.
That's the other thing too. I think we need to take the coaching into factor of what he's gonna do to that culture, team, and what he's gonna do. Not saying he's gonna elevate players, make them be superheroes, but you got to take the coaching into consideration.
We say the same thing about the Raiders. And that's the same responsibility you're giving the
The Raiders still have Lum from.
You don't pay that much money to a coach for naming the people in your seats, man. You pay that much money because he makes a difference.
I don't give a damn about the seats. The name don't mean anything if it doesn't produce.
He has produced.
He didn't produce,
but he will. That's what I'm saying. We're going off of what he has done
in San Francisco with another man's team. He doesn't have any of those pieces.
I think the Chargers do better than
Super
people
Bowl
think.
with Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, Harbaugh with the Chargers, I think are going to be. They're my sleeper team. I said it.
I don't think they go far, but they could be a playoff team. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think they're like Miami. I think they're like Miami. They're a borderline playoff team.
Right.
I don't think they get in, but I think they're borderline.
I agree with that.
I got 3 coming out of the North. I got 3 teams coming out of
Miami
AFC
has a coach who should be working in microtech.
By the way, do you want to hear my NFC North and NFC South predictions?
1 second. So outside the preseason, we got the Raiders. So this is the Chargers schedule. Raiders week 1, win or loss.
Wait, hold on. I was just saying we did this last week. Well, let's go around. Go ahead, do it again. I'm sorry, Evan. Let's all do win losses. Let's go.
So week 1, everybody's saying they winning against the Chargers.
Where's the game?
Who's this?
What are we?
In San Diego.
No, I'm going to write it
Are
down.
you writing it down?
Yeah,
We're
what are we
playing in
on?
LA, not San Diego.
All right.
We're doing the Chargers.
Yeah, L.A.
Who are we talking about? Chargers?
Yes, Chargers.
Yeah.
Week 1, win against the Raiders in L.A.
Chargers win.
Yep.
In
Against the
LA,
Raiders?
win.
Yep.
Win.
Week 2 on the road against the Panthers. We all agree that's a win. So they start 2-0.
Win.
I like this shit. Give me
Could be a
fuck.
trap game depending on how Bryce Young looks, but we'll mark that as a
No.
loss.
No. The Carolina is a trap team, let alone a trap game. It's a lot. It's a lot. That's 2-0.
Week 3 in Pittsburgh.
Loss.
Loss.
Win.
All right,
That's
so
a trap game.
Win.
can we go back to week 1 so I can get the hot takes here?
Wait a minute. Which one of you guys said they were beating the Steelers?
No, that's a loss.
That's
Dylan,
a loss.
Dylan said win. Dylan said win.
All right, week
Yeah,
1.
no, I say Steelers win that game.
Wait, we're on week 1. Who did
Absolutely.
week 1?
Every time we do
2-1.
this, I feel like we're on celebrity tic-tac-toe. This is
Week 1 versus the Raiders, they win.
And George Goebel for the block.
Fucking week 1. Are we all picking the Chargers to win?
Yeah,
Yes.
against the Raiders.
No.
Against who?
One at a fucking time.
Against the Raiders.
Everybody said yes but me.
Everyone said yes, but Evan.
Correct.
the Raiders win. Ooh, okay.
Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's how Evan's thinking.
Yeah.
It's in
That's
LA.
Garoppolo.
It's in LA, but
All right, week 2.
I think
Raiders.
I think the Raiders come out week 1 with something to prove. I don't believe them in for them this year, but I think they come out with something to prove. The owners listened to them, the GM listened to them, and kept the coach. The players seem happy. I think they at least come out and win week 1. Week 2, everybody said that the Chargers win against the Panthers.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Week 3, everybody said the Chargers lose on the road versus the Steelers.
Yes.
Correct.
We got 2.
I've got LA
You have,
winning
what do
that
you have
game.
1 and 2, Evan, or is everybody 2 and 1?
As of right now,
Dylan's got the Chargers winning.
Chargers winning what?
Against Steelers.
Week 3.
So you got the Chargers starting 3-0.
Yes.
Whoa. Jeez.
Let's go.
Where's the powder blue stuff in the background over there?
Right.
Okay, so week 4 at home for the Chargers against the Chiefs.
Lost.
No.
Herbert is known. Remember though, guys, Herbert's known for squeaking out wins against Mahomes. Though let's remember that.
Now
Right?
week 4. Now week
Yep.
4,
Not
baby.
week 4.
Now
I
week
say
4.
Chiefs. Chiefs
Chiefs.
won.
Home. It's
Jeez.
home against.
It's
it's
too
a
early
home
in the
game.
year, Jamie.
Rutgers
Jamie, I
going to get
absolutely agree,
that
but
well
it's too early in
deserved
the
high paid pick and win the game.
It's too early in the year for that.
I got them.
All
They're
right.
2-2 now for me.
So everyone has the Chargers.
Is
losing.
Swifty at the game though? That's who you got to.
Everyone losing to the Chiefs.
2-2.
She went from being
Definitely-
dumped by a
I'm
guy
gonna-
named
Jeff
Drew
Dillon.
in her in the
have them
teardrops on my guitar to dating Travis Kelsey. Oh my God.
What'd you say, Adam?
What?
Against the Chiefs.
No,
Lost.
they're losing.
You said you're
Hard
2-2.
out.
What? When?
Like
We got the chat has them. The group, our group right now has them winning week 1, week 2, and they're losing against the Steelers and the Chiefs. So that's 2-2.
I've got LA 3-1, and then week
I'm
6.
taking the Chargers week 4. I'm taking them to beat.
LA, I think LA's 3-1, then loses week 6 in Denver.
I agree with the loss, but I don't think they're 3-1 coming into it.
No, we got them 2-2
No.
so far
No.
as a whole.
And they
who you guys got as the starting quarterback in Denver?
I think it's gonna be Bo Nix.
Bo
Yeah.
Nix.
Oh, cool.
I say
I
Bo Nix because of the style of
agree, Nix.
offense that Sean Payton runs.
I agree.
yeah.
Now
Nix
because
has
of
got-
losing
has-
Bo Nix.
I'm taking
Nix
the
has got an
Chargers.
awful lot of Drew Brees traits to him.
Yeah.
He's
And
a
with that being
point.
said,
He's a point guard type of quarterback, and that's what Sean Payton likes. He had that with Drew Brees, a basketball point guard type of QB.
We doing WL.
Against who? Against the Broncos?
We said loss. I think.
Well, who's week
L.
5?
Huh?
Who's week 5?
I'll give it.
What do you got?
Are they in Denver?
Yeah, that would
Did it-
be their 5th game would be Denver.
What do you
Okay.
got, John?
In Denver?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
In
loss.
Denver,
That's
L.
and that would be Bo Nix's first welcome to the NFL signature
Yes,
win
we
as a
take it.
rookie quarterback.
I disagree.
give
I
him
got
that.
the Chargers winning that game.
ooh,
Who said that?
Joe
I mean-
did.
Joe.
Okay.
by an eke out or like dominating the whole game 4 quarters.
No, by an eke out.
Gotcha. Okay. No, I see that. I can see that.
Joe,
And
that's
then-
your,
One of those Charger eke out patent wins.
So I got them 3-2 at that point.
Okay.
what'd you have? One.
I
I'm
am
2 and
3-2. I think.
I'm 2 and 3.
3-2. And then week 7 at Arizona.
Look, stop. I'm trying
What
to
about-
fucking write this all down.
Let Evan dictate the schedule of the games.
Yeah,
Just,
what-
just,
what-
you just right. I'm gonna do the
Five
schedule.
winner, week 5. Who has a win? Put your hand up.
That's against
Arizona?
Broncos.
That's the
That's the
Broncos game.
So, John, do you
Joe,
have a
raise your
winning?
hand. Dylan, raise your hand.
What?
He said, "Raise your hand if you got them winning." Y'all two picking them
What game?
winning.
What
Against
game?
the Broncos.
Broncos, week 5.
Loss.
Dog, you just switched.
No, I said loss.
I said win.
Joe said.
No.
I said win.
Yeah. Against Denver?
Yeah, I have.
Dylan said that the Chargers win in Denver.
Joe
I have
did,
it.
yeah.
Yep.
Dylan
The rest of us
didn't-
said
I
loss.
know Joe said it. I'm talking about before that. He didn't say that he had the Chargers winning.
I don't know.
No.
That's why I kept asking questions.
Dylan said he had him 3-1 going into the bye and then losing to Denver.
Okay. All right. So it's week 6. They're by.
5.
Week 5's their bye.
So that was week 6. Got it.
Okay.
So are you
That's an
switching
early
your
buy.
pick, Dylan?
That sucks, man. That's an early buy. Dude,
That sure does suck,
Dude.
John. I completely agree.
that
All right.
sucks.
Week 7. Who we at?
The Cardinals.
That's a win.
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 Wait, who's the team again? I wasn't listening.
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
When?
That's a loss.
Win.
Chargers.
Win.
They on the road.
Win.
I don't care. They win that game.
They on the road.
I can sing
On the
that
road.
song all day long.
Evan, what are you taking?
I'm taking the Cardinals.
Woohoo! My
They on the
Okay.
road.
Okay.
They on the road. They just had a tight game against the Broncos.
You taking Chargers?
And you about to go on the road from being in Mile High to hot ass Arizona? It's a
In a
lot.
They are
dome.
coming off a bye there, though.
That's all right.
It's in a dome.
You're in a dome too in Arizona.
That's okay. They open it up. It's still hot.
retractable roof.
We're sports fans. We know AC units fail.
J.A. What do you have? Win, loss, Chargers. Win. Absolutely. Helping our Niners. Week 8. I think
Saints.
Dylan's everything on there, but and I'm not looking at it because I don't want it thrown away.
What's week 8?
Saints.
Win.
Where's that game?
Home.
Ooh,
Shoot,
Yeah.
that's tough.
that's a win.
Yeah, that's a
I think
If
win.
it was away, I'd be like, that's a win.
You know what? I'm taking the Saints there.
All right.
It's going to be a 2023 eke out by the Saints where Chargers have it, lose it late.
Evan, what do you have?
I'm going with Joe. I think that's the welcome to the league moment for Spencer Rattler. I think he gets his chance in the middle of the year, and I think they like what they see out of him. I think he got a raw deal behind Caleb Williams. Not to say that Caleb Williams wasn't better than him, even though I don't like Caleb Williams. I think Spencer Rattler can do some things. So I'm going with the Saints.
Jamie.
I have them winning.
I have them with
Go Chargers, go.
Rich, what do you
Arnold
got, buddy?
Schwarzenegger.
Win or loss?
Who's next?
Rich, win or loss?
Oh, against the Saints, win. I'm sorry.
Then November 3rd, 2 days after your boy's birthday, they'll be here in Cleveland.
Who's born
What?
November 3rd?
I'm born
Dylan.
November 1st.
Fuck,
November
what Dylan
3rd.
got to do it with the Saints? I can't count on
Yeah.
it.
baby.
Winning. But then
Dylan, what do you have to
losing-
do against the Saints?
Winning.
All right, week 9.
They come
Losing.
into Cleveland. It's always a bad snowstorm off the lake the first month of November.
They're at Cleveland.
Yep.
Lost.
Shut up.
And they came to and here's why. I totally disagree with the argument about quarterbacks in cold weather when they live there. But if you're coming off of being on the road and Mile High, not going to be bad in October. You go to Arizona, it's not going to be bad. You come home to play the Saints, and then you come to a blizzard off the lake. I think it's going to be tough for them. I don't believe in their offensive line. I think their offense struggles in Cleveland, so I got them losing to Cleveland.
I'm with the dog pound, baby. That's a win.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland, baby. Oh, I'm sorry. L for the Chargers. W for the dog pound.
I got a loss too for the Chargers.
Oh, what?
Dude,
Here we
I'm
go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo.
taking the Chargers because my Steeler instinct. All right,
What'd you say?
then I'm taking the Chargers because my Steeler instinct.
You just a hater. Haters gonna hate.
I don't like Cleveland.
I don't like Pittsburgh, and I still got y'all beating them.
We didn't even get there. I know, but why don't I have to cheer for your team?
I didn't say I'm not cheering for you and picking you on being smart.
By me writing W, I'm cheering for you.
I don't think that's cheering. I think that's being smart.
Right? That's why I have the being smart.
All right, let's keep this going. What's next?
Titans at home.
Yeah,
Cleveland win in week 9, then the Chargers win week 10.
Yep, I think that's a win against
That's a Chargers win,
an
in my
inexperienced but talented Will Levis, who's still trying to find his way as a quarterback in this league in his second year.
Yeah,
Here's my mic drop.
Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
Here's my mic drop. The Titans put belt to ass when they play the Chargers.
Bull crap.
Not this time.
I don't think Mason Rudolph's going to start. I think it's still going to be Will Levis.
It's going to be Will Levis. And the reason that I think the Chargers
What do you
is
have
going to
in
lose.
week
Huh?
Yeah, which team you have them doing in week 10?
That's the Titans.
Week 9 against Cleveland, I said they were going to lose to Cleveland and then beat Tennessee.
Yo,
I have them. I have the Browns beating them, and I have the Chargers beating the Titans.
I got the same thing. Browns beat the Chargers, and the Chargers beat the Titans.
JA.
I think the Titans squeak it out. I think the Chargers take 2 L's in a row.
I think they're taking in 4 in a row looking at their schedule. And this is why I don't have them making the playoffs.
I think the Chargers beat the Titans and the Bengals.
Okay.
You was just on Joe Burrow's side, not
To win the AFC North doesn't mean the Bengals are going 17-0.
Beat the Chargers. You're not winning the. Oh.
Where is that Bengals game?
LA.
in LA.
Doesn't
That's
matter for
so
Burrow.
far.
It's better for
I got
Burrow if they're. It's better for Burrow if they're in LA.
I got the Chargers winning that one too.
So do I.
I think they can pull off a Joe Cool upset.
It's gonna be Joe Burr.
Joe Burr.
Yep.
Jamie, what do you have? Win?
Yep.
I haven't.
Jamie, you picking the Chargers against the Bengals?
Mm-hmm.
What do
I
you
got
have,
the
Evan?
Bengals.
And Rich
Chargers.
and JA. Yeah, I'm looking right at you.
Bengals.
I think the honeymoon phase of the blonde hair is going to be way over by then.
That's cool. They still got Jamar Chase, and the Chargers ain't got no decent corners.
Okay, week 12.
Ravens.
Oh,
I'm going.
Where's
Which is
that
why- Which is why I have them on a loser streak. Although the Ravens are coming to LA.
Yeah, but this is the Harbaugh Bowl, though. You got to remember the Harbaugh Bowl.
Is Thanksgiving then? Are we at Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Yep.
So where is that game?
Rich, I know you're pointing up the L, but anything could happen in the
It's
Harbaugh Bowl.
It's in LA.
It's the day before. Wait, does Thanksgiving fall on the 25th? Or is it always
No.
the 26th?
That's a
It's
Monday.
always
night.
that Thursday.
Thanksgiving's at
Or-
28.
November-
Games
I got the
where
Chargers
no,
winning. I
late-
think
it's late
Jim
this
gets
year.
revenge on his brother John from Super Bowl 47.
Or is this going to be one of them games
I don't
where
want to talk
Lamar
about that fucking Super Bowl.
Jackson- because he's the only
It's a
game.
Monday before Thanksgiving.
Mm.
All right,
Monday
so-
before Thanksgiving.
So I got them losing to the Ravens.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, I do too.
Who said that, Joe?
Yes.
Jamie,
But it could be a good game because you never know in the Harbaugh Bowl.
who you got, Jamie?
I'm actually gonna say the Chargers do it.
Richard.
Oh, I got Baltimore.
I think Jim gets his revenge.
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Ravens.
Dylan,
Yep.
win loss.
What week is this?
12, Raven.
Ravens win, but then the Chargers beat the Falcons.
Jump ahead.
I think the Chargers beat Atlanta.
Evan.
Dirty South of the ATL.
Who's the quarterback for the Falcons, though?
That's what my
Kirk
question is. Because if it's
Kirk-
Kirk Cousins, I'm not taking the Chargers on the road.
Absolutely not. Nope. If he's hurt, Chargers problem.
Michael Penix will be
Maybe.
good in time, just not now.
Yeah,
I'm
just like
taking
Drake May.
Atlanta.
You're taking Atlanta, Rick?
So
Yeah, I'm taking
I'll,
Atlanta.
I'll,
You gotta
I'll take
get
the
Michael
Dirty Birds.
Penix needs a little more season.
I think Bijan runs all over him.
I'm with the group. I'm going with Atlanta.
They have a good offensive line. They got Matthew Bergeron from Syracuse.
Give me the better coach. Give me the better quarterback. Both of them tells me LA wins that game.
John, you taking Atlanta?
Oh, Dirty Birds, baby.
Joe, who you taking?
I'm going contrarian here. I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah.
I just said it, the Chargers.
Dylan, 14.
Kansas City by Kansas
I like
City by 2.
Give me the Chargers in that game.
Taking the Chargers, Jeff?
Chargers
Yes.
Chiefs. You taking the Chargers?
Yep.
He took the Chiefs earlier, so it's a good
I took
split.
the Chiefs earlier. I'm taking the Chargers to win at
Yeah,
KC.
Okay.
And I do the same. I'm doing the
Game,
same.
where's that game? Kansas City?
Federal fucking winner.
Adam, I'm doing the same thing with that Joe's doing. I got Kansas City first game, Chargers second game against Kansas City.
Evan?
Where's that game? It's
In Arrowhead.
It's an Arrowhead, and this is that's where my problem is for me. This is December 8th. It's December 8th. It's a night game. It's cold. It's windy, and it's in Kansas City.
It's not even that, too, at that point, Kansas City, and you can say they don't. They're looking at the standings. They're probably playing for a number 1 seed in the AFC. Nah, man. I'm sorry.
It's winning time.
Yeah,
Yep.
Chiefs.
I
Sorry.
got
Chiefs get the sweep.
I got the Chiefs too.
Yeah.
That's what they said on Christmas Day against the Raiders.
Who you got? Evan, who you take?
For what? The Chiefs game? I got the Chiefs.
All right, 50.
Now let's bet on how many times the camera's going to turn over to Taylor Swift and the
One
Swifties.
subject at a time here. We're not taking Taylor Swift fucking camera stuff yet.
It was a joke.
Hey,
Adam.
we're not going to
This
talk
is
bad about
Swift-free
Taylor
zone.
Swift on this channel. We're just not
Apparently,
gonna-
they're already married. I don't know. So
We're not going to talk bad about Taylor on this channel.
Swift
Should be
free.
Taylor Kelce by then.
Y'all, right. Y'all don't want no smoke with the Swifties. And I know Trav from way back when he was at Heights High School. So we're not going to do that.
No, the only teardrops
Fuck with
on
that,
you.
man.
No,
Fuck with
John, the only teardrops on Yucatan will be when San Francisco misses the playoffs.
Here we go.
Hey,
Week
anyway,
15.
Someone clip that.
I've been
Someone
listening to
clip
her.
that, please. Clip that. I want a montage of all the shit Dylan talks all year. I want a montage just coming out with a cold.
And Evan, I want to say something. I've known Taylor Swift since. Well, I've listened to her music since when she dated a guy when she was dumped by her friend Drew in high school from Teardrops on My Guitar, and now she's dating Travis Kelce. So she went from Drew to him.
Good
Let's
for
go.
Kelsey, man. He upgraded. The girl before. She
was a
smoke
dumpster
too, man.
fire. She was you know what? We can have this conversation when we cut the record button off.
Yeah.
Because I'm not about to
I
get
got
jumped.
you. Okay. All right. I see that. All right.
What's the next game?
It's a safe space.
Tampa.
Tampa Bay.
Win.
It's a Tampa Bay, but they're at home.
That's a win for the Chargers.
Win.
I got the Chargers
Man.
winning.
Baker's going to get thrown around like a wet rag in that game.
Yeah.
Like Khalil Mack.
Hey,
Khalil
wait. You bring up a great point, Jamie. I don't like Baker Mayfield, but I'm an honest man. When Baker got beef, Baker turns into Patrick a little bit.
You get that chip on his shoulder.
And Baker and Joey Bosa are 1-for-1 in their fights.
We're still doing the schedule prediction.
So
Wait,
I
you mean
don't
Nick?
know.
You mean
Wait,
Nick Bosa?
Guys, what
Yes,
week
Nick.
are we in? Because I got to go pretty soon.
all right, we'll finish this. So then they play the Broncos at home on December 22nd.
All right, Rich, what do you got for the Tampa game? Evan, what do you?
No, I got a win. I got a win for him in the Tampa game.
Evan, what do you got?
For what? The Tampa game? They squeak it out by the field goal at the end. The Chargers win.
I got the Chargers winning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a win for the Chargers.
Tampa. John, Tampa.
He said
Yeah,
he said that was a
W
win.
for the Chargers. Yeah.
Dylan, what do you get? W for against Tampa?
Yep. Chargers won Week 15 against Tampa, 16 against the Broncos, 17 in New England.
Hey, game by game.
Yeah, what you got? Apparently, we're playing Denver at home.
It's a
Hey, yo,
win.
we almost at 100 viewers, man. Shout out to the views, but
Yo,
shout out to
there
y'all,
you
man. I
guys.
want to say thank y'all.
Let's
We got
go,
some
baby.
comments
Every
in here.
Tuesday.
Hold on.
Let's go.
We've been arguing so much.
No,
we got
thanks for getting 100 views. Evan.
No, it's you. No, it's you guys. I only got 3.
So-
The Niners are making the playoffs.
Buddy. We are.
That's a win.
So
Win,
what
yeah.
comments we
Yes,
got?
who?
Not comments. I'm sorry. Hold on. We on the Broncos game.
Yeah, that's a win. I think they win that one.
Win. That's a win.
Adam, who did I pick to win early in the season?
What week?
For the Chargers against the Broncos, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's their 5th game.
I had them losing that game, but I have them winning this game.
I chose the Broncos.
And that's
All
the
right,
Chargers.
I'm going with Jamie. I'm picking the Chargers late in the year.
Rich, what do you got?
Chargers.
17, Dylan, kick it.
Chargers.
I think that AFC West is going to be a little more fun than in previous years.
Who are they playing anyway?
The Patriots,
New England.
When
Oh.
December 29th,
Yeah, that's a win.
week
I don't think
17.
a win.
You got them going into New England late and winning.
Mm,
I do.
Okay,
I do.
Haven't you taken a loss or win?
I'm taking the upset.
Number 1 draft pick. That's what Evan says.
you think it's a potential
your
trap
Lord.
game?
So what do you got?
Who?
Week 17 in New England.
Oh, me. I got the Chargers there.
18, Dylan, kick it.
Raiders, because the Chargers never beat the Raiders in Vegas.
They will this time.
So Joe, you got the Chargers over the Patriots and the Raiders over the Chargers to finish the year.
No, I got the Chargers over the Raiders.
So you got them winning 2 games at the end.
Yes.
Evan, what do you got?
I got them losing to the Patriots, and I got them beating the Raiders.
Jamie.
I got the Raiders.
Chris Berman Jr. in the house.
Rich.
You know it.
Beat the Patriots, lose to the Raiders.
So wait, Rich, you got them getting swept by the Raiders this year?
I do.
So
Yeah.
Dylan, if my math is right, they don't win in the division, They're not in the top two.
11-6, but that's a playoff team.
Raiders.
They're 2-3 in the division, and with that logic, they don't make the playoffs.
I think they're going to be pushing some teams around though this year and in a couple in the next few years too. They're going to be pushing some dogs around. That's what you get with a Harbaugh coach team.
I'm taking an L in New England. Taking an L to the Pats and having the Raiders squeak one out against them.
But anyway, I got to get going pretty soon, guys. You want me to?
And for those of you keeping count, Kenley Jensen with his last save tonight, he's only 7 behind third place all time.
Who?
Joe, I don't have your record from weeks 1 through 4.
Who, me?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait. I'm sorry. I got to report this. Pats had an agreement with 49ers and a large contract offer for Brandon Ayuk. But Brandon did not want to go to New England. This is being reported by NBC Sports.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
That's what I was saying, Evan, earlier. You don't
All
think
right,
he's so – again, a matter of them, obviously, can they afford him or not? I think he's really just playing chicken with these guys, man. Can the Niners afford him? Probably not with the Brock extension down the road, Trent Williams. But is he just playing chicken? Because Debo fucked around a little bit. They gave him the bag. But I'm like, BA's like, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. You want me to go?
I don't think Brandon Ayuk's going anywhere.
I think he is because John Lynch not for the shit.
I don't think he's going anywhere either, Dylan. Nobody wants that contract.
I think this is from Brandon Ayuk's camp, not San Francisco's camp.
I know where you're going.
But anyway, Adam, can I say where people can find me because I got to get going?
Yeah, go ahead, shoot it, James.
Okay, thank you guys very much for listening tonight. We got our 100 listeners back. Yay, awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So anyway, you can follow me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat 1 at the Bills Mafia Chat, and also at Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist, at DJ Dog Tags on X. And then you can also follow me on theforkball.com where I write stories about multiple sports. You can also find me also on this platform, Driving to the Top Productions, every Tuesday night on open mic night. You can listen to us every Tuesday night, just talk about anything goes in this, wherever you get your podcast. And also don't forget to tune in tomorrow night on this same platform, Driving to the Top Productions at 8:00 p.m. as me and Joe Dalio will be doing another episode of the Subway Conversation Chat. So also make sure to tune into that wherever you get your podcast as well. Thank you guys very much for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, hit the subscribe button. We're always trying to grow every day.
Oh, I'm gonna head out too. Hit me, host of the Big D podcast, Spunky Spectrum Sports, and I'm sorry for the hot takes, guys.
Oh no, don't apologize because I'm about to drop the mic.
Look at our viewers, Dylan. You don't need to apologize. We might go viral for this one.
Let's go, baby.
We
be talking about it the whole damn season. Let's go.
I'll see you guys later.
All right, my man. So,
them at 4-13.
Huh?
You have them at 4-13.
That sounds about right.
Just being honest, he didn't do great his first year in San Francisco. I mean, they won games, but
live.
John, you have them at 7-10.
I have them at 7.
No, Joe, I don't know what your first 4 games are.
I sent them in to you. I got them winning the first 2 and then losing the next 2.
The 2-2?
Yeah, 2-2 in the first 4 games. I got them winning the first 2, and then I got them losing to the Steelers and the Chiefs.
We're at 101 viewers right now. Damn.
Hey,
shout out to you guys watching us right now talking.
Hey, we appreciate it.
I might even come to fruition another 4 months. Appreciate all of you, man.
So just to let you know, Jamie, you have them at 12-5.
Okay.
Wow.
3 people. Me, Joe, and Dylan have them at 11-6. Rich has them at 9-8. and JA has them at 7-10.
I think this whole division's going to be.
7-10's a decent record for them.
I told
Right,
you,
I don't think
borderline
they win
wild
the-
card, 9-8's borderline.
Yeah, they don't win the division, but I think they get in the playoffs.
Do we really all think that Miami's not making the playoffs this year?
Hell no.
I
they're
really
making
believe
the-
that.
They are making the
That's a
playoffs.
I
Dylan
think they're
thing, right?
borderline.
I don't
They're
think
I
they
borderline.
make it.
I don't think they're borderline anymore. I think the Bill it's the Bills division to win. I don't think they're better than the Jets, they're better than New England. I think they have a decent schedule. They play New England twice, they play the Jets twice. I just think I don't know, man.
If three teams come out of the AFC North,
Jameis,
which
you
there
gotta-
very conceivably could be,
But
and you
with
got
more
three
records,
coming
though.
out of the AFC South, huh?
Do we
Right
have
now, the
dominant
Bills are
records?
saying, "Look, it's our division. If you want it, you got to come
I
take it from
think
us."
you gotta have at minimum 10, maybe 11 to get in.
Okay, because we can go back to we've seen other years where you get in we've seen teams get in with a losing record. So I'm just saying,
I think in the AFC this year, you got to have minimum of 10, maybe
Yeah.
11, just to get in.
well, the Baltimore and
7
Kansas
to
City
get
are
in,
going
either
to
10 or 11.
Should we have the
Baltimore and
recording?
Kansas City are going to
Anything
set
or
that
not?
are going to set that bar with at least 12 or
No,
13.
Jamie, don't end it.
Okay.
No, just leave
Well-
studio.
We'll just leave studio. We'll end it.
All right.
Don't do it.
We're not leaving that.
Don't do it. We're all going to be like, what the fuck? No.
Self-fulfilling.
Immediately go live again.
But I got to fly too, guys. I got a doctor's appointment first thing in the morning. Get this freaking cast off my foot. Finally.
Congrats.
So I got to hit the high road. But as always, been a pleasure.
Me and Rich went
Um,
Monday, and we got to talk to Mark for a little bit on Monday, guys.
Good night.
Before you go to sleep, I got one thing that I really want to hear your opinion on. Brandon Ayuk is going to get traded for T. Higgins and go to Cincinnati.
No. I'm not mad about getting T. Higgins. Listen,
Both situations are a rental because neither team can afford them. Both need to end the crisis that they got going into training camp.
yeah,
And neither team got to give up anything.
not a bad take. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
You know why it won't work? You know why it's not going to happen?
Why?
Because it makes 100% sense.
Yeah, no shit.
And in the NFL, shit that makes 100% sense don't happen.
I agree
So
with that.
that's why. But I agree with you. It makes full sense, and business wise, it makes sense. Numbers wise, it makes sense. Which is probably why it's not going to happen. But I wouldn't be least bit surprised.
Don't get done.
That would solve both teams' problems. But
Joe, you have made it 2 hours tonight. I'm highly impressed right now.
I'm up like an hour and a half past my bedtime. I was just about to say my goodbyes here too, but 100 people watching. Thanks so much. That's awesome. This was definitely a fun conversation. I very much enjoyed it. It was worth staying up for. So
Thanks.
Appreciate
thank
it.
you very much.
We'll see you guys later.
Remember to share it.
all right, guys.
Rich, obviously, we don't have a show tomorrow night. I think I'm going to Slipknot.
Wait, you ain't tell nobody?
What?
What you mean?
You should
What?
have dropped the idea, like you should have drive by it, like we didn't talk, like you just got no show.
No, me and
Now
Rich
I
do our
gotta go
show.
live and do some shit.
We did our show yesterday.
We're not talking about that. You going to a Slipknot concert?
Yeah, why not?
Do
You ain't tell nobody?
Do you get in the mosh? Do you mosh?
Oh God, I'm
Well,
going.
yeah.
I'm broken.
No, your ass gotta get in there and get punched in the face. You should have like a bionic hand anyway. But at this point, you just throw that shit around.
We
I
said
don't know if I'm going yet for sure. I'm waiting to hear back about a ticket. And then I got offered another chance at a ticket, but I don't want to spend that kind of money because Adam needs a car rate. $200.
You sound like
for-
the Chargers playoff chances. Are you going or not? What the fuck?
Yeah, you don't know yet. If you see a video from Slipknot tomorrow, and that means
No, it's the 49ers' chances. Are they going to make it or are they not?
Rich, listen, don't get me started. Go to bed. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on that shit.
yeah, we sat together at the USFL Championship talking about concerts to go to. and you got a chance to go to this fucking concert, and you ain't gonna say nothing. I don't like Slipknot, but I would go because I know it'd be crazy fun.
I was just at a concert on Saturday.
You want to
Oh,
hear
yeah.
bullshit concert? Bullshit
I'm
concert
heading off.
stories?
Good night, guys.
All right, Joe,
Good
take
night.
it easy,
Thanks,
buddy.
Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Rich.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Rich.
I'm out of here too, guys. I'm out of here too, guys. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody watching,
Rich, we'll
listening.
talk soon.
All right, buddy. Holler at me.
Appreciate you.
Good to see you, Evan. Thanks, Evan.
Likewise, but
Buddy.
There's still 102 viewers watching our three sorry asses talk. Okay, great.
Yeah,
you want
I
to talk
know.
about
I get to see
like,
my
sad
dirty home,
concert
man.
stories? I had tickets to see Aerosmith on New Year's Eve.
and you didn't
Fuck
go.
me, right?
And you didn't go.
No, the dude's Steven Tyler just retired. The
Oh,
band's
yeah,
done.
that kinda sucks.
They couldn't make it through the tour.
Oh, that's great. Pittsburgh was the last show.
Yeah, they were New Year's Eve. They were the second to last show of the tour. And he came out yesterday and he goes, yeah, I'm done. Fucking 3 months away from seeing.
I feel your pain. The last concert I went to was Sonic Temple in Columbus.
Yo,
And I was supposed to work it. I was there working it, but now that I don't work for this company no more, I took my work shirt off and I went and had some fun. I met Kiss backstage on the third night. I had to watch their trailer, and I got to meet them and shake their hands and stuff. So
That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
I saw them live in Connecticut. I didn't meet them though. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
Sonic
Love
Temple,
it.
that's the big one in Columbus. They do that one at the Horseshoe, right?
no, they did it at the old Columbus Crew Stadium, which is the perfect venue. It's like right off.
Incarcerate, whatever the fuck it's called. That's one at the Horseshoe.
Yeah, I think so.
And then they get the other one. What's the other one around the Richmond Raceway, which is wild because they set the stages up all the way on the end. The whole infield's open to all partying, and the two
Yeah.
stages are up on our
I
side.
know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
I can't think of it either. You know the name of that one, John? It's in Richmond. Like
Off the top of my head, no. Oh fuck.
So Evan, you didn't even what have you gotten to work SummerSlam if you still work for them?
Yeah, but I got in there too.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
So you were there.
Yep.
You didn't,
That's
you
what's
didn't
up.
say
Huh? I didn't hear the last part you said. What was the last
John,
part you said?
Oh no, I said that's what's up. That's awesome. So you were there in Cleveland? You were there?
Yeah. I shouldn't be saying this, but yeah.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Listen. 102 people here, they're fine. No one works in WWE. That's great to hear though, man. That's
you know,
awesome.
love WWE. What are you talking about? John, you got new belts in front of you. I meant to say that earlier.
Nah, they've been around, baby. They've been around. I'm just trying to
Switch them around again.
diversify my portfolio and try to like give people more of a look of what I have. So
I noticed.
this one's signed. This one's signed by Bret Hart and Sergeant Slaughter. I'm sorry. This one is signed by pretty much every ECW original. I'm meeting Paul Heyman November 9th. He's going to sign this ECW belt. This belt will legit be goated. It's I think I talked about this the other day. It's Sabu, Just Incredible, Shane Douglas, Francine, Sandman. All these guys have signed this, and Paul Heyman is signing it. I think the only guy left, obviously Terry Funk, R.I.P. There's only like probably Taz is probably the one other guy to sign it, but yeah, this belt's gonna be what?
He'll be back. He's just sitting there.
That's fine. But yeah, no. So I'm going to not to bore the viewers who are watching, but I know you and me talked about going to New York in 2 weekends, the Fanatics Fest in New York. So I went on today. I'm like, I'm gonna buy some tickets. I'm gonna see what's going on. Everyone else in WWE sold out. Knight, Stratton, Punk, McIntyre, all of them are sold out. The only guy left for signatures is Hogan. So I'm literally pigeonholed into getting Hogan to sign my belt, which I need, which I wanted. I was like, well, maybe I don't want to spend $350 to get him to sign my belt. Maybe I'll spend it on other people. No, it's just Hogan. If I want to picture him, it's $250.
So, what were your thoughts? I thought Roman would have came down with Paul Heyman.
Nope. Nah. I talked about Rich already left. There's another guy, Vinny, too, Suds and Soaps. Everyone was telling me, no, too early for Roman. No, no, man, I told you. Roman, he's coming back on Friday. He's going to set up the War Games match in November. It's going to be awesome. I think Heyman makes a comeback. Does he bring Brock with him? We don't know. It could be a thing.
I read something today that said Brock's on his way.
We'll see. We'll see.
I read something
Listen,
today.
I told you before, if he's exonerated of all the BS that they tried to like get him into, if he had nothing to do with it, bring his ass back.
I think, and if he does come back, I think they go back to the original Brock.
No, I think he stays Cowboy Brock. Cowboy Brock. No, because Cowboy Brock is the best Brock because he's not unhinged. It's him. Like he's having a good time, and that's when he's the best wrestler. Like he's just that guy.
I don't know. I read some
No
stuff
one's ready.
today.
No one's ready for original Brock. These guys, these kids can't handle original Brock, man. Back from fucking 02, 03.
I want original Brock back because that was badass.
Dude, guy was unstoppable. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I was while we were doing this, my wife came in here. She was hanging out. Like I was
ready to say, Kayla, get on camera.
No, she's so camera shy. But it was a matter of like I literally was talking to her. I'm like, they sold out of all the WWE people. She's like, well, guess you're meeting Hogan. I'm like, yeah, guess that's it. Guess I'm meeting Hogan for $550.
You might see him walking around, John, and be like, oh, hey.
Well, here's the thing. Not to get like too crazy. There he is.
Sorry.
Not to get too crazy. So you guys know Hogan has a beer, right? You seen this shit?
I'm not a fan of Hulk Hogan.
All American Lager, whatever the hell he calls it. So he's going to be in Connecticut and Rhode Island, and apparently he signed shit. So it's a matter of what chance do I want to take, right? Do I want to get a picture with him in New York? And then I'm like, oh, I'll go buy a 4-pack of his beer and I'll get him to sign my belt. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? Do I get the signature and then maybe get a picture with him when I buy the beer?
So can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Is this a fan thing or is this like a promotion thing that you want?
Which one?
For like to go get the signing.
New York?
Yeah. Is this like I'm a fan of Hulk Hogan and I want the autograph, or this would be great for my podcast?
No, so that's the thing. So I haven't grabbed anyone yet for the podcast to come on. The big names like that, they don't do things with like little podcasters.
We not living no more. We got 100 people.
I know, baby. 110. We're growing. This is just going to 3 of us. So now I gotta put this. Hold on. I gotta show Evan because he was. Hold on. Shit.
All right. Well, now we got people
So
watching.
this one, right?
Oh, dude.
So this belt, it has Jericho, Flair, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Edge, Diamond Dallas Page, Farouk, Eric Bischoff. So Hogan, I'm never selling it. I don't sell my belts. I don't give my autographs away. I don't do any of that shit. If Hogan doesn't sign this, it doesn't make any sense. If Hogan signed this, obviously RIP Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Eric Bischoff, Hulk Hogan. Now you have the original 4 of the NWO. I don't have it spray painted, obviously, but I'm meeting Scott Steiner in November, so he's going to sign it as well. Goldberg, Booker T are probably the 2 people. I'm meeting Sting in October here in Worcester. So my goal is to get really all the WCW originals to sign this belt. I'll probably be buried with this thing. But
so with that information, do everything you've got to fucking do to go get that autograph, because
that's what I'm saying. Thank you. That's exactly what. Yep.
It's a pure joy thing. Like,
yeah. Like Jericho signed this and he had it in front. Like, I'm not gonna do it because you can't. Like, it'll do the whole thing. Jericho
Even
had
if
the
you
front.
got to do security and be security at the venue, do what you got to do, man, because we live once. And I'm not
No, I know.
saying
It's just
I'm not-
money.
right. I'm not saying, live a crazy lifestyle. I'm not about to get on a faith pedestal here, but there are certain things we get to enjoy in life. And for you, this is one of them. So go for it.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Like I was just a lot of these belts you see in the back, they've been signed by the people who have held them. That was like part of the plan. Buy all the belts, have them sign them, go from there. But this belt, like with Hogan, like Jericho had it in front of him. He goes, "Where the hell do I sign?" And I was like, "No, turn it around." And if Farouk looked at it, now Farouk was the first African American champion for WCW to have this belt. Well, it was a different belt, not big gold. It was a littler one. But he signed it. He goes, now it means something. Like now it means something. Here we go. He was probably one of the best wrestlers I've ever met. Like meet and greet. We talked for like 10 minutes. But yeah, dude, like that's the way I live with it. I only live once. And all these belts, I don't know what my kids are gonna do with them. I don't know. But this is my passion, man. Like and I'm pot committed too. These belts are it's not the plastic ones from Walmart, like the real ones. And meeting people, just one of those things. Like that's my hobby. That's what I do. I do this. I do the podcast. But yeah, I'm excited. So I'm probably, like I said, Hogan. Maybe grab a picture with him selling some beer. But I'm definitely gonna get his signature on this belt.
Go for it.
I would take
I
the belt
appreciate
both
it, man.
on. That way you can maybe you get both, knock both out at once, and then at the beer thing, say, hey, let's drink a beer, then get him to sign the picture with him with the belt.
We could. It's a matter of spending either. Like I said, it's literally all money. Just like Evan said. Like I mean, it's all money. So that's the signature is $325, and the autograph is $215. So it's just what you want to spend. Like how much I want to like. Here's my credit card. Like you know what I mean. So it's all a matter of what I want to do. So the signature is the biggest thing. Obviously, I'm gonna still meet him without a picture.
That's
Go
why
ahead.
you just took the job so you can afford all this shit.
Yeah, fuck you. Yes. Everyone watch 114. We're gonna start off GoFundMe for all the people. But no, man. But this belt, like a lot of people, like I have a lot of friends that are wrestling fans. That like they come over, they see this, and they're just in awe of the people that signed it. Like it's a big deal. And a lot of wrestlers, like Jericho asked me, DDP asked me, and he was like, "What are you gonna do with this belt?" I'm like, "Probably buried with it." Like I don't know if my daughter's gonna do anything. But, like I'm not letting this go, man. There's legends on this belt. Like I'm not giving this up. So yeah, it's a fun time.
Did they want to buy it off you, John?
What?
Did they want to buy it off you? Is that
You know
what
how much
they
this
were
belt would go for? Shit. I got a Ric Flair signature, an Edge signature, Scott Hall, and can't afford this shit.
No, man, you pass that on to your grandkids. That's what you
That's
do.
what I'm saying. My daughter, luckily, my oldest is already taking a liking to it. My Bray Wyatt, the biggest one that I actually not the audacity. I mean, I don't blame people, so I'm not gonna go get it, but I'll have it up here next time we do next Tuesday. I have the Bray Wyatt belt when he won the Universal and he made it like to his face. I met Bray Wyatt.
Right.
I met Wyndham, so he signed the Bray Wyatt belt that he has, or the Fiend belt. I had it up here one time for a show, and like 2 days later, I got a DM, and they were like, "Hey, like, was it $2,500?" He was like, "I'll buy that belt off you $2,500." I said, This is after he passed away. I was like, "I'm never selling this belt, sir." Like he signed that belt, and you can't see it, but he signed. Oh, maybe you can. Nope, you can't. He signed the Universal Championship that he held before he turned it into the other belt. Like, I'm never selling any of this shit. Like I don't do this to sell and get money. Like the joy for me is to meet these guys and have that interaction. So
I totally agree.
And Cena, what belt would you go after him this time?
for Cena,
Nothing.
who?
I said nothing.
Damn it, you both talk. Cena? Yeah, John Cena. So I used to have the spinner belt. Long story short, we're at the 115, so I'm not boring people. Long story short, I had that belt. My ex-wife, when I left, she took those belts. She sold them. They weren't signed or anything. They were just back in the day. So I'm trying to buy a new spinner belt and have John sign that. Cool thing was I was at AEW 3 months ago in Worcester, and John Cena Senior was like 7 seats away from me. I didn't ask him for anything. I didn't have anything on me to sign, but the goal is to meet John Cena at some point. Luckily, he follows us on X. Thanks, John.
Follows me too. Thanks, Greg.
There you go.
Don't follow me. I haven't tried yet, so you know.
We got to share.
So he, my goal. I mean, my goal is to obviously meet him at some point, get a signature. I met him way back at Spooky World. Those of you that aren't living in the Northeast, it's a big deal in Massachusetts. It used to be. It's not anymore. I met him when he was way back, Thugonomics kind of stuff. That was like 20-something years ago. But yeah. So yeah, I had a chance to meet Goldberg. Obviously, another guy. It was all the way in Jersey. I wasn't driving 3.5 hours for one signature. I'm married to the game, but man, that's a long way to go for one signature. And it was a card show. It wasn't even like it was like a wrestling convention where I can go and talk to somebody like, oh, I can see other wrestlers. It was like literally a card show with Goldberg hanging out. I was like, no, I'm not. I can't do that. I can't do it. But me, Scott Steiner, and Rick Steiner in 2 months is going to be cool. I got an old school WWF title belt, so they're going to sign that. I have Scott sign this, so it'll be cool. But yeah, nah, man, it's inexpensive. Like what you said, Evan, too. Like God bless my wife, man. Like it's an expensive hobby, bro. This is not cheap in the least, man. Like damn, and it sucks too. As like being a husband too. Like, hey, I'm going to get my hair done. That's kind of expensive. How much was that autograph? Whatever you want to do. Whatever. Yeah. Toes, pedicure, whatever you want. I have no leverage whatsoever in anything. She goes, let's go in your office real quick. I point to the belt. I go, that's fucked up. But yes, go whatever you want to do. Go ahead. But she supports it 100%. So she comes with me. She, yeah, it was cool. So.
Has she ever found like an event that you didn't find, John, that we're going?
No, I usually find them all. The coolest moment with her ever was this past April. I met Paul White. That's who signed this. Big Show. That was the signature I didn't realize. Big Show signed this. Paul White. My wife is 5 feet tall. On a good day. So she's 5 feet tall. We get there. Paul looks at me. First of all, he tells me I look like MJF. First of all. Second of all, he signs the belt. We talk for a minute. He signs it. He stands up. I'm standing next to him. Now I'm like 5. I'm 5'11". He's like tall. My wife's holding the camera. And she goes, "Wow, you look small compared to him." And he goes, "The fuck are you talking about? Who are you to talk? And if we slow dance, I get arrested for indecent exposure or some shit like that." He was going in on my wife, dude. It was awesome. The best time I've ever seen a wrestler interact with my wife, let alone me. It was awesome. But it was good stuff, man. He was good.
Now is she good? Is she a good sport about it?
Always. No. She was geeking out. He loved it. That's the thing too. A lot of dudes that show up, man. Like God bless the women that go with these dudes to the events, Comic-Con, wrestling events, whatever, man. But he was a good sport about it. I met Mandy Rose. I met Tori Wilson. All the females. I met Lana. All. My wife comes up and like, oh, hi. They talk to her, whatever. So it's she has a great time with it. She has a good time. She doesn't have to come with me. She could just stay at home and be like, go ahead, go. But she comes, has a good time. She meets the rest of Sheila. She met the Hardy Boys 2 years ago when I met them. That was cool. So yeah, she has a good time with it, man.
Did she get a picture with them too?
Huh?
Did she get her picture with them?
Oh yeah. There's not many she gets pictures with. She got a picture with Carlito, the Hardys. Ones that she likes. So when she finally gets to Randy Orton, I mean, we're gonna have to bring a towel with her. But when that's her hall pass. But yeah, no. Whenever we meet Randy Orton, that'll be cool. So, but she she didn't like wrestling when we got together. It's been almost 10 years. She jumped into it, loves it. So I'm lucky. I'm luckier than a pig in shit, man. Like she took to it. She's one of the people like you watch that shit, but she took to it, likes it, enjoys it, and feeds into my obsession apparently. So yeah, but yeah, good shit, man. I can't complain.
I hate
What were your thoughts on SummerSlam?
Hmm?
What were your thoughts on SummerSlam?
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I went 6-1 in predicting for matches. It was a good show.
What match you get wrong?
I had Priest retaining.
Oh,
I just couldn't see. I don't want to go into the whole thing, and we're gonna start losing viewers. But
it's your channel. They're all your wrestling fans, buddy.
it's not everybody. Okay, don't take that away from you and Evan. Jesus Christ.
Man, I
I'm
ain't
just
been
saying,
on this show in a long time. But trust me.
We're almost at 120, guys. Like, what? No. The thing is, Gunther losing. He's fine with that. He can go to Bash in Berlin. He can go to Survivor Series. He can go to Bad Blood. He can win the match. With Priest losing that title, yeah, now he's going to go through the entire Judgment Day, clear his demons, figure everything out. It's so crowded on Raw and on SmackDown. It's so crowded for the World Heavyweight Championship. McIntyre, Punk, all these guys, Rollins, everyone wants a shot. A lot of up-and-comers, too, coming from NXT. Does Priest get another shot? Maybe. Does he win it? Probably not. But it's just, I felt like the move would have been for Priest to retain, have Finn interfere at Bash in Berlin, and that's when give him another month or two. I feel like Priest, everyone's called him a paper champion, transitional champion. I wanted to see him have at least 1 or 2 more months with that title, but I don't know if he's ever going to be able to grab that title again, which sucks. He's older. He's been a good champion. He had some great matches at the back end. But Gunther, obviously, you're not going to have someone like Gunther, who had a 666-day run with the mid-card title, get the World Heavyweight Championship. If you think he's coughing that up before WrestleMania or even at WrestleMania, you got nothing coming. He's not going Roman Reigns style, 3.5 years, but he's definitely
taking
not going.
Taking RKO at Bash.
What happened?
You're not taking RKO at Bash.
No, he's going to get hit, but I guarantee you someone's going to interfere. It's going to be nefarious. I'm telling you, it's not going to be clean. And that sucks for Orton. Orton, I think he deserves one more run, whether it be on SmackDown, gets drafted over to Raw next year at some point. Brandon needs one more run, man. He really does. Orton is unsung. That dude, he came back yoked, bro. Like, looking jacked as hell at 44 years old. Amazing. Same thing. And that's the other thing, the same thing I just said. AJ Styles making his return on Friday Night SmackDown as well. AJ Styles is 44, 45 years old. Again, the guy that went away, long time, injury, came back, yoked, massively built. Puts these younger kids to shame.
Right. That's what I was just going to ask. Do you feel these guys are coming back still because these newer guys are not living up to expectations?
In a Vince McMahon world, yes. With Paul Levesque and Nick Khan, no. I think it's one of those things where I think that's what I'm saying. Like, Randy takes the L against Gunther because he knows to put over the younger talent, puts over the future. Gunther's only 33. He's got a long way to go. Lost about, I think, 145, 150 pounds, shredded, great shape. Same thing with AJ Styles. He signed a 1 more 2-year deal. He's here for it. He's here for the long run, putting guys over. Cena, my biggest thing is the Cena match. Who is Cena going to face at Mania in his last match? Who's going to get that rub? John doesn't need to win his last match. Who is John going to give that win to forevermore? Just like Brock could say he's the 1 in 21-1. Who is the guy to say, I put John Cena on the shelf when he was walking out of here after WrestleMania? That's going to be what I want to see. But I think a lot of guys now are buying into the fact of what Paul is building, Triple H, for those of you, what he's doing creatively wise. How can we build the future, and how can we get these guys over? Have you raised your hand?
Yeah, I was going to ask that actual question because I could see where you were going in your response. So my question to that would be, when you see Undertaker lose to Brock and be put on the shelf, it was kind of it wasn't like Brock wasn't already back in wrestling, but it was more so like he's here now, he's here to stay. There's that moment. But you've been talking on the new guys, the NXT guys, the newcomers that have been here for over a year or so. who is that person? Who do you think that person is?
It's tough. It's tough. I don't think that's the thing. I don't think there's one guy right now that they could kind of hitch their wagon to. If LA Knight was 10 years younger, I'd say you probably put on LA Knight. But he's 43 years old. You got Carmelo Hayes, you got Trick Williams, and Ethan Page. A lot of guys. Even, I mean, I know they're doing NXT TNA takeover, like a little cross promotion thing. You have a Joe Hendry. It's tough. It's tough right now. Bronson Reed. There's a lot of guys I think that are, and again, if you watched Raw this past Monday, Bronson Reed annihilates Seth Rollins. It's tough to find who the guy is to carry that torch. Who's The Rock? Who's the Austin? Who's the Triple H? And again, I just said his name. Who's the Seth Rollins? Who's the guy generationally every week, week after week, year after year, month after month, is the guy that everyone heel or face are going to get cheered. Right now, that guy is Roman Reigns. Went for 3 years heel, wild on Bloodline. Just came back at SummerSlam. Massive pop, new music, massive baby face for the next 6 to 7 months. Roman's not getting any younger. You know, he said he only wants to go until he's like 44, 45. Is it Solo? Is it a Jey Uso? I think right now the best way to answer your question is that answer is undefined. I don't think anyone has really is that the I guess what's the word? Icon, right? Who is the icon? Who's the guy, the go-to, the breadwinner of who's going to carry WWE? And it's wild too. I just talked about it on the podcast I dropped today. Like with NXT being a feeder system, and you watch Raw, you watch SmackDown, you're running into the AEW problem. You have 12 heads, one title. You can make 15 titles like Tony Khan does. That doesn't help. You have all these guys, only one can be the head of the table, quote unquote, a champion, the leader, the breadwinner. I think what needs to happen, and there's been rumors about it, bringing up a WCW reboot. I'm not saying go back to the Nitro stuff, all that other jazz, but having another show as being your feeder system, making NXT a third brand, and having them active in the draft and going off of that. I feel like WWE's running into a problem where they have so much good talent, just like AEW. I don't take anything away from them. Tony Khan signed a lot of guys from WWE, independently, New Japan, wherever they're finding them. But you're running into a thing with, if you're Paul, like, there's only, and he said something last year with LA Knight when he lost the briefcase, good things come to those who wait. And everyone's trying to pay off their story. If you watch the episode I just dropped today, I think the Bloodline, Judgment Day, all this stuff ends at 41. You see a hard reset creatively, and then moving forward, you're going to start, like, you got guys like Karrion Kross, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, like all these guys are falling through the cracks. Not necessarily their mid-card anymore, but they could be heavyweight. Bobby Lashley's the first guy to feel that wrath where he's getting let go. He was unceremoniously like I'm with the Street Profits, and then off TV, now he's gone. They're not renewing his contract. It sucks. Him and MVP were amazing. Now he's gone because they had nothing for him. Lashley was had the build, had the look, good on the mic, great in the ring, just nothing for him. And that's kind of the way WWE is looking at the landscape of what they're going to have to start doing. Does it feed AEW? Great. But AEW is starting to fill up too. Does it work out for TNA? Does it work for NWA? Does someone go to Japan? So like I've said before, wrestling is cool again. Everyone's eating. It's like Neapolitan ice cream. You don't like vanilla? Have strawberry. You don't like that? Have chocolate. You like all three? Eat it all. But I think we're at a point now, there's so much good talent in all companies. And take away all the tribalism. I don't want to talk shit right now. I was 120 people. Okay, cool. I don't want to talk a lot of shit about people. If you like AEW, like WWE, that's awesome. But like wrestling, dude. Like wrestling. Just because one wrestles in the other and not where you go, it's still cool. But my thing is, I feel like there's a lot of great stars in AEW, WWE, but especially in NXT. WWE is going to start running into a problem where they have too many Chiefs. I'm sorry, too many Indians, not enough Chiefs, or vice versa. I'm fucking that up. But I guess not enough titles for too many great performers.
So, with that being said, you brought something that me and my friends talk about a lot. Now, for me, just a little backstory. I love wrestling. I've been watching wrestling since like '98. I don't get to watch it as much as I do now, so like I can't sit here and tell you that I know every dude on the roster, every female that's on the roster, but it is obvious that they have a lot of great talent because you see it on all social media platforms right now, like all of them: TikTok, X, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. The list goes on. You brought up a great point about bringing back WCW as a brand or their Saturday night specials. Do you think, because there's so much talent, in my opinion, for the top two places right now, which is the WWE and AEW, that we end up running into what we had in the early 2000s with WWE, WCW, TNA, and having not necessarily a TV war, but a branding war? Or do
I mean, you could run into that. You could, but I feel like, I mean, I don't know. Again, I have a couple of people in on the inside of AEW, one or two on WWE, not so much the other brands. But it's one of those things where a lot of speculation is like, how deep is WWE in with TNA and Anthem Productions? Anthem has a lot. If you watch TNA, you see Anthem. They have it on like the banner they have outside the ring caps, whatever it is. The Anthem has a lot of like products. They have a lot of buy-in. They got rid of D'Amore. They bought another guy in who probably isn't that great from the resume I read. But how deep does WWE own TNA? We don't know. I can't tell you that. Would that be good for WWE? Yes, if they don't acknowledge it. Like Joe Hendry is literally going on tour with NXT, and the man is signed to TNA. Like that speaks volumes to me. And again, it's a thing where Paul Levesque knows this. Let's all help each other out. I'm bringing people in. The only people they're not doing business with is AEW, and for obvious reasons, that's their number one competition, obviously.
Right.
But how deep is WWE with TNA? Is that their next brand? Could something happen? So CW is good. They have the NXT. NXT starts blowing up. I think they're gonna, like I said, the next draft. I think you see some major names go down to CW, NXT, because it's not a demotion anymore. Now you're a third brand. You're traveling. The first two shows of NXT on CW, they're going to Chicago. CM Punk. They're going to St. Louis. Randy Orton obviously gets appearances to get butts in the seats, to bolster up the buys. But they're going to see, are we selling out arenas with NXT? Are we doing this? Like, is this something we're going to do? Moving forward, if NXT starts being a viable brand, whether I mean, I'm not saying like sell out of like, 25, 30,000. But you're setting up for like, 8, 9, 10,000 people, and you're selling that out, NXT becomes a third brand. You need to do something. Like you said, the Saturday Night Special, the WCW, whether it be bring back Thunder. You own the rights to it, right? Bring back Thunder.
Heat.
Yeah, bring back whatever you want, whatever show you own the rights to. They own it all. Bring back ECW, put Paul Heyman in charge of it, do some cool shit on Netflix because nobody gives a shit. It's Netflix. Bring back ECW. I'm cool with that too. Do that. There's plenty of wrestlers that'll do that stuff. WWE needs to, like, they're getting that problem, and I talked about it probably 2 years ago. The cupboard's getting stacked. You need to find an outlet for some of this talent because eventually they're going to leave and go somewhere else. But that doesn't necessarily hurt anybody because then a better talent goes to a lower promotion, betters them, everybody wins. Everybody eats. Wrestling's cool again. Everyone's cool at the table. In my prerogative, if all 5 brands are doing good, then everybody's happy.
Would you send them back them, John?
What's up?
Like if you got sent, like say the third brand started, would you send a belt with them? Would you send a champion to that league?
An actual champion or like an ex-champion to go win a championship?
No, like a champion. To
You
say,
can.
Come get me.
I
Like
would.
say, in this league if you want me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they've gone away from that again. Like I think Vince soured a lot of people. You know, they did a lot of stuff where like Cena would get drafted one night, and then the next night Batista's drafted, and the titles changed, like, you know, shows and nights. But I think it's a matter of like you see a draft next year, and then, you know, NXT's in the clock. Drew McIntyre is drafted over to CW, NXT. Drew's not going into creative, kicking doors now going, what the fuck? I got to go to NXT? It's not like, Drew, listen, you need to go over here. We should establish this brand. We're going to make you a champion, make it legitimate, build these guys up. That's what I think is going to happen down the road. Title-wise, I don't think they do that because I think they've done a good job of differentiating all the belts for their – what's up?
Do they want Drew McIntyre as the champion?
Drew needs it, man.
It
Personally,
doesn't feel like they want it.
I know the fans want it, but he was the COVID champion. I think, not for nothing, man, that dude went for 4 months COVID talking to screens with nobody in the arena.
I think he doesn't get enough credit.
What's up?
I think Drew doesn't get enough credit for that.
Hell no. Hell no. No. And he's done some of the best damn work heel-wise at what he's doing right now against Punk. And he's not, man. He was doing what's up, all you cool cats and kittens, doing all his stuff, carrying screens. I was one of them, man. I was like, I think I put three of the pictures on my Instagram of like being in the Thunderdome and all that other shit. The guy was talking to screens, man. He won his championship in front of nobody. Like, Drew McIntyre needs an actual WrestleMania moment to experience. That man's gonna weep. And I'll wait for the one person to come on Twitter to talk shit about him. That man needs that moment. He deserves it. Like you just said, no credit's given to him whatsoever. And now, yeah, he's doing great work as a heel against CM Punk. And it sucks that it's CM Punk and everyone loves CM Punk. And yeah, Punk's here forever. Cool. Drew needs that. He deserves it. And I think he's earned it. At the end of the day, he's earned it to have that moment.
I think if Punk doesn't hit GTS on Rollins, he wins that match.
What's up?
You think if Punk doesn't hit GTS on Rollins, he wins that match?
Does he have GTS on Rollins?
Didn't he hit it on the? Didn't he hit it on him? I thought I saw he did.
Oh, in the ref match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think if he doesn't hit it,
he put the little fucking wristband on? So yeah, people were like, he was like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "You took that from me? Are you serious?" That whole thing, like that's a whole. Listen, the like I said, the World Heavyweight Championship, it's all very diluted, I guess is the word to use, right? So you have Gunther, you have Priest, now you have Randy coming back, and it wasn't pinned. Those three they're being thrown into a triple threat match wherever it happens, Bash in Berlin, Bad Blood, because they need to be taken away from the picture because there's so many people going for the belt. But yeah. But again, man, at the end of the day, listen, wrestling's good. It's in great hands. Paul Levesque is great. Shawn Michaels is awesome. And I want to take anything from AEW. Tony Khan, if he figures it out, get some good people on creative, they start telling some stories. TNA, I think, at the end of the day, I think TNA is going to end up getting bought by WWE. No one's going to talk about it. But I think the Netflix deal, whatever's going to happen on Raw and Netflix with no Unhinged, they're looking to go back to WWF. I don't know how they're going to do it because they literally lost the lawsuit to the World Wildlife Foundation. But they're looking to bring back WWF. And whatever they're trying to do on Netflix with all that other shit, like, it's all good, man. But wrestling, listen, 5 days a week wrestling, everyone's watching. It's good for everybody.
So the last question I got before I get out of here is
we'll wrap it up.
It's kind of an agreed question. I agree that Drew needs his love. I think the WWE should buy TNA and make that a competitor to NXT for a while to help save it and rebrand both. I don't think they should bring a championship to either of those channels or those shows. And the question would be, all that extra talent in the cupboard, do you let them be redrafted to your news shows and let your vets, let your fan favorites build up a new thing for you on the smaller startup shows, on the new version of the NXT, on a new version of TNA, and let them develop their own championship?
So I think if they're gonna make a new brand, right? Let's say it's WCW, whatever they're gonna do. I think they should make new championships. Obviously, have like battle royals, whatever they're gonna do, competitions, brackets. Brackets is the big thing nowadays to do. But I think you have a good mix. I'm not saying bring people like Carmelo Hayes, who have amazing futures, and Trick Williams and those guys down to another brand, but they already just fought on NXT. But not for nothing, go to people like Randy Orton, AJ Styles, these guys, and you're like, listen, we need help building this brand. We need you to come down here, name notoriety. People are going to tune in. Maybe it's an agreement of, okay, we make you champion, the first inaugural champion. We do this for you. Like, come down and help us. But I think you need to have a healthy mix, right? People like Bronson Reed, Sami Zayn. Even it's so funny to say Sami Zayn because Sami's been doing it for so long on the indies. I feel like people forget. It's so funny too when like I talk to a lot of people, I post things and people forget. You see them in WWE and you forget what they've done before they got into AEW or WWE. It's like no, they just start here. They've been doing this for years. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, all these guys, they're in their late 30s, bro. Like they have a lot of mileage on them. But those are the guys I think you go to. And it's cool too right now. A lot of people have said obviously it's a different environment. The culture is different with Paul there, with Nick Khan, whoever else is in the building. These guys need to go down. And a lot of them want to give back to the business. They've said that. They're on board with that. Styles, Orton, Kevin Owens, Punk. All these guys want to help the younger talent and build them up. I think you need to have a nice dichotomy of like newer and older drafted to a new quote unquote brand. But NXT still needs to be, I guess, a new and older brand, if that makes sense. So like NXT is very solid with they have a world champion, 2 tag teams, North American, the women's North American, and that's that. So if we go to WCW or ECW, I really think, honestly, if we're playing the game, ECW needs to be the move because Vince fucked it up. And again, sorry, Adam, if we get in trouble. They screwed it up with this whole rebrand on Sci-Fi with all this other shit. Okay, they had. I mean, that was the birth of CM Punk. A lot of other dudes, and they screwed it up. Bobby Lashley, they made it stupid and had fun with it, and it was a joke. You rebrand ECW, you bring in Paul Heyman, and you're like, listen, Paul, it can't be what it was in the 90s. We can't do that anymore. It can't be barely legal. It can't be all that shit. But on Netflix, let's do some wild shit. Let's get wild. Let's get nuts. Let's do some cool stuff. Let's bring some guys who are willing to out of the other 3 brands that want to come down here. And it's not always I don't want to do AEW either, where it's John Moxley, put sticks in your head, beat you with barbed wire bats, all that shit every week. I don't need that. But let's do some wild stuff down here. Some no holds barred. What do they call it? In 3-way dances, whatever you want to call it. With the ECW brand, that might be the better way to go. But make it unhinged. And the one thing I said, I was in a live. We were talking about SummerSlam, I think Tuesday with Vinny from Suds and Soaps. The best way to go probably is to do something where it's like you need to have a happy medium. The actual wrestling and still have something weird.
Like Raw's tried it. They have the Raw, and they do like Raw After Dark or Raw, whatever. When Shane McMahon, the Underground, all that stuff. You can have a happy medium of having actual matches, hardcore matches, but making it make sense where it's not just bludgeoning the hell out of someone with a pizza cutter or beating someone up with a barbed wire bat.
What
But
about?
go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off,
No.
but as you said that, I thought about the Netflix deal. What if they bring ECW to Netflix as not necessarily a pay-per-view, but like a subscription view kind of thing once a month to really figure out the kinks of what they want to do before they bring it as a week-to-week show, which allows you to have which allows you to have your vets and your young guys come settle beefs. Like you can build this up on TV, and then everybody who has Netflix can get, or WWE Plus can go to this with this subscription and see one of those lights out shows. And it's just ECW, and you have the Hardy Boys, just for example, go against some young tag team that's coming up, and they settle their beef there, or you build it up that way to figure out what the viewers are really looking for from that brand, instead of doing as you said before, or not doing as you said before, with the barbed wire bats, the fire tables, and all of that.
No, I agree. That's the best way to do it. No, that's 110%. Do some like one-off stuff. Let's see what happens. Who's tuning in? Who's buying? What's the feedback? What do we want to see? I don't know. I can speak for the two of you, but like I wrestling people, IWC people are sick. They want to see. Obviously, no one wants to get hurt. Okay, nobody wants to see anyone get hurt.
They want to see it.
Massive spots,
Love
crazy
it.
shit. Like you just said, Mick Foley, a la Mick Foley Edge, flaming table. Let's go. Let me hit you on like everyone. That's what people want to see. If AEW did it right, exploding barbed wire ring match. Like if you did it the right way, everything like that kind of shit. Like everyone wants to see that. They do that in New Japan, and people love it. Strong style, first blood matches. Matt Cardona, who eventually I hope he comes back to WWE. Hopefully it's soon. Death matches, stuff like that. But again, you're on Netflix, right? So you can do whatever the hell you want on Netflix. You go to USA, you go to Sci-Fi, you go to CW. Like, we can't do that. Netflix is like, do what you want, man. Let you know what we got. We got your ads. Don't worry about it. You're cool. So that's like I think that's perfect. Perfect. Let's say how far we can push the envelope in 2024, 2025. And if people are like a hunger for that and they're salivating to see like, do that again. Let's go. Let's do that. Let's send it. But again, you have someone in the fold of the company, like Paul Heyman. And again, is he smarter than Vince? Probably not. Close. Probably the closest one. Is he smarter than Bischoff? Definitely smarter than Bischoff. But Paul Heyman has such a mind for the business. He could probably be the one, if he did something like that, saw the demo, saw the feedback, and go, all right, I got an idea. Let's do this. Produce a weekly show that would produce, bringing your favorite talent and new guys into one show and make it make sense and be very, very profitable and be very successful.
I think that would work. But thank you for answering my questions. Thank you to the viewers. I got to get out of here. It's about to be 12:10. But you can find you can find me on all of my X platform pages, which is at Brogdon Evan. That's just me, where I'm chilling and I'm sharing wild stuff. You can find me at our XFL channel, which would be XFL 2020.
I never changed the password of it, so you can get back in there and do whatever you got to do to it.
Right. So the old channel is the XFL Football 23, and you can find me on Talker Sports by the Lake, which is the TSBL podcast. You can find me on that as well. I'll be rebooting that. Had to take some time off, but glad to be back. So can't wait to explore some new things and do some new things. But I love the additions to the channel. John here is amazing at what he does. I love the energy, the passion behind it. The new guys like Rich, Joe's an old cat, but I love Joe. He's quiet, but he stands on what he stands on. Dylan, we got to talk about those hot takes, man. But we'll get there. But yeah. Driving to the Top Productions. Thank you. Wants to thank everybody, all 120 viewers. We're going places, and we love the fact that you are here with us. So I'll see you guys next time.
All right, take it easy, buddy.
Thanks, Evan. Talk to you soon, brother.
Soon.
Are you doing a show Thursday? Hey, hey.
What else? Hey. Oh, now it's just me. Me and Adam.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey.
Oh,
right.
shit.
So I
Did
didn't
you do
realize
it?
how fucking late it was.
Yeah, Kayla's killing.
Do you have any last minute wrestling questions for me before we get out of here?
No, I was. I guess I'm gonna have to listen to your podcast to get your takes on SummerSlam.
Yeah, we talked about SummerSlam. We talked about Raw, the Wyatt Six, and we talked about the Great American Bash. I gotta catch the last hour of it after we get out of here. So,
Right?
yeah. Man.
People get
So you can find me obviously here on YouTube.
John's fucking grow trains too.
What's up?
Remember to follow John's grow trains. Doesn't matter.
Always, baby, every day. WWE, TNA, AEW, we're always growing, baby. We're always doing follows.
And apparently,
Obviously,
the podcast released tomorrow.
I just released one tonight.
Did you go
There is I will give the 120 people watching, and Adam didn't know anything about this, so I was starting a new life in my career. We might be doing a live wrestling show on Wednesdays moving forward. We don't know yet. Don't quote me. There's some stuff in the works. Gotta make sure I got Wednesdays on lock. Let them off.
practice shake weight.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good. With that being said, obviously, if you're watching me here now, you're watching us. You can see me on YouTube at Chairshot Sports. Please shoot us a subscribe, hit the bell. Weekly, we have a show, at least one every week. Driving to the Top Productions, you can find us there as well. And also drive and join the 16,000 strong following us on X. You also find us on Instagram and on Twitter, all at the same name at Chairshot Sports.
We will figure out a way to get TikTok live mixed with this.
Listen, my TikTok has 23,000 strong. I'm trying to figure this out. If any of y'all are watching this right now and you follow me on TikTok, you need to watch the live. I got one person watching me the whole time I go live. Y'all got to help me out here, man.
Yeah, we got to figure that live thing out between getting it to go from here to there.
We'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it.
Oh, we got to figure it out. I mean, we should have talked to Evan about it.
Also, too, anyone watching, too, if you haven't already subscribed, I know Corner Booth is coming to an end. The Red Sox are making a push. They're 2 games out of the wild card, 5 games out in the ALC and the AL East. And also, too, the mine's coming back, baby. Football's here. Got to start talking about San Francisco, baby.
Giants.
I'm excited about it.
Niners.
Let's go, baby.
They lost those running backs today, and they got a little scared.
It's all right. It's all right. Maybe we talk about AB being a Niner in the next couple of days. So, but yeah,
Doesn't matter. They're going to make the playoffs according to Dylan.
Oh, geez, don't. Just run us out, man. Run us out. Come on, man. Don't get me started, man. Just let's go.
All right, everyone. John gave away everything. You can find me at Sports Talking It on Twitter. I do respond. Sometimes I'm on the Driving to the Top app on Twitter. I don't even realize what app I log into. Yeah, when you have like 7 different chats and you're involved in all of them, not always easy running one channel. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully we can get that San Fran show in. Hopefully we can get a Boston show in soon. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna wrap things up. Thank you for John. We gained three watchers since we were gonna close shop.
123 viewers. Shout out to all you fuckers listen to my boring ass and watching Adam as well. So thank you to all of you. Appreciate you guys.
They love you. They're here for you.
Ah, stop it. They love the station. Stop it. Come on, man.
Oh, hey guys, everybody! Thank you for tuning in, and maybe jumping on the YouTube channel. That way, you can leave your comments, and we could bicker back and forth.
Nope.
Hopefully, you enjoy it, and everybody have a good night.